Ba-doo-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. The nightmare time is gonna get you. I forgot the words, lip-a-doopy-doo. Smoopa-fleepa, bleep-a-doop-a-geep-coo. What an amazing introduction. Ah, yes. Jacob. BB is somewhere. Together we are the Butter Bunch. I don't think BB's that.
I don't like this new update, by
I
the
think
way.
BB noticed that.
Because
yeah, exactly. The restream because of the camera. I was about to say that.
Because my usual like the thing that I see to know that I'm even shown to people is seeing my icon there. But because I had my camera turned off, it didn't show it there. I thought I was still in the room.
That's why that's why I was thinking. Oh well. Welcome once again to our venture into the black. As sliced by the background I arbitrarily chose just now that may or may not like this stream. If it does, please let me know.
Yeah, black, white, a little bit of tan,
again,
a little bit of gray over there in the right.
It's not as a catchy song, is it?
There's some red over there.
And I have a plan. Tan. It does. I don't think Jeff Flynn would have signed off on that one. Anyway.
And a little bit of blue and a little bit of gray and red.
A little bit of gray and red's what I see. A little bit of yellow off the screen.
So I have a question about your background.
Okay.
What's this thing behind you that I see? It's like a box covered in like a white drape. I'm curious. What's
That's a very, very good point. You
get a hamster or something? Squee!
This is one big. Look.
You gave your hamster a mansion, and there's no shame in that. Okay, maybe it's a gerbil,
it's the
all right?
Hatchetfield
Does that make you feel better? A gerbil's larger.
Actually, you know what? Hatchetfield hamster is catchier. Sure, a capybara is even larger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yep. Here you go.
Did you get a capybara?
Capybara. It's just a closed rack. That's all it is.
Oh. Oh. I thought you had like some special little treat back there that you're like keeping hidden away, and I was real,
Yeah. No. Nothing here. Yeah. Stay quiet, you fool. Okay. Anyways, the actual thing we've got prepared for, and I did videos separately since it was originally attached to part 1, obviously the Hatchetfield 8-man. So we're going to see if I did a good job, like trimming this down to the exact point, and if it ends up glitching out, I will just switch back. But I thought make rewinding a lot easier to have a video that 2 hours, just 1 minutes. So we probably should have started. So I guess distraction on with the reaction. Look, take the background.
Oh, by the way, in case anyone's watching this and they're like blind, by the way, and you haven't seen this channel, I'm BB. Just occurred to me, I never actually said my name, and there could be someone who just can't see watching this.
If someone can't see, how are they to click on the video?
There's tools out there.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I guess
yeah,
a special shout out to any blind viewers who may or may not have. Okay then. Yeah.
Plus, even if they don't know about that, maybe they have like a partner or someone.
Maybe, yeah.
Part 2. Watcher World.
I love that Joey and Lauren still have the Kronk background from last time. They haven't changed it yet. Who's
Look,
that?
Prism.
Jacob.
You guys can see my name, but I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there who can't. Just want to be clear about who I am.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these videos would make for a good like podcast experience or not. Maybe. I tell you what, yeah, and anyone who watches this VOD, because I know people watch the VODs of these, if you watch this and like you and you like have this on in the background while you're doing other stuff, do let me know in the comments. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I want to see if that's people's preferred method of consuming these. Because that's how I watch a bunch of that's how I watch Master Collector's What Ifs. I have them in the background, so I don't know.
A yellow AMC Pacer
Corey's excited. Look at him. Look at him up there at the top row.
putters along through the Witchwood of Hatchetfield, headed north towards a very special place.
Oh, now I know why he's excited. You remember that music, BB?
It's definitely scratching something in the back of my head.
Hey, yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's got me feeling a particular way.
Bill Woodward excitedly drums his...
Oh, that's why, because it's Bill. There we go. That makes a lot of sense. What is happening? The return of La-Di-Da-Da Day is what's happening right now.
fingers on the steering wheel. He turns to the passenger seat, where his 18-year-old
Yeah, there you go.
daughter Alice sits staring at...
Oh, look, Alice has turned 18 now. Congrats.
...her phone.
What you looking at?
Nothing.
That Instagram?
Yeah.
I also love
On
Bill.
Instagram.
Are we allowed to say that?
Nothing.
Yes. I think as like a general rule, most of the time you get with like mentioning brands' existence, showing them sometimes is a different matter. But for, like for independent products like this, normally it's fine. The reason that AFMA doesn't like to do it is because a lot of times you can get sponsorships from brands by name specifically.
Yeah, I think it's also a gray area though because it depends on the on if like you put something out in the market, right? Like I don't think for a lot of their main plays, I don't think they really could, at least legally speaking, because they're selling tickets for it. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I swear I've heard something about that.
This video is sponsored by Watch Your World. Okay. There's a
That's a good point.
Different types of thing.
So that title, it reminds me a lot of the Life series. I never got too into it. I am familiar with bits and pieces of its lore, though. I want to sit down and watch it, but it's just haven't gotten around to it. But I know in the Life series, there it kind of spins off of the Evo craft like SMP, where Grion became like part of like a godly race called the Watchers. And in the Life series, they have that, and they have like the listeners as well.
Don't Marvel also
and
have
they're like
Watchers?
gods within that world, huh?
Don't Marvel also have Watchers?
Yeah, actually, also a mostly godly race.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man,
why I'm
actually,
thinking that we're going to get a lot. I was thinking we're going to get this time, or more than we have up until now. Am I coming through? It doesn't seem like was catching me. Just in case, I'll say it again. This is where we're going to get like more of the lore involved with like Laws in Black and such. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so by the way, for context on what it's like on our end, we can hear you. It's sometimes a little bit delayed, but we can hear you. The biggest delay is your camera. That's been really laggy like this whole stream.
Oh, I don't mind that so much, but maybe I'll replace them in that case. Because like I said, that might have been an issue before.
Yeah,
We'll see how that goes.
you're mostly fine audio wise. It might be a couple
Okay.
seconds behind though at times, but
Well, to those people who watch us in the background, then so be it.
So, I hear Watcha World's got the tallest roller coaster in the whole Midwest. The Tearjerker.
Alice isn't listening. She's
I'm just looking at Robert Mannion in the corner, being like, okay, what character is he playing this time? Because this feels like an entirely different entity here. I do not recognize from Hatchetfield right now.
scrolling through pictures.
Ugh, this is gonna be so fun.
It is, isn't it?
No, Dad. Deb's throwing a party tonight. At her parents' lake house, there's gonna be a jet ski and a keg and...
oh, I remember your lore now. That's right. You were the guy who had a bunch of like struggles with your lesbian daughter, and then she became like a zombie as well, and then you're like, oh no, I'm so sorry, dead. But then everyone is like, oh well.
Introducing daughter, who was also to sing to the theme song of Nightmare Time before it was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. On top of that, actually, apparently I just found this out because someone in the comments mentioned that the TV trope went to like how the timelines of Hatchetfield work, which I've checked on there. The most that they really do is like list the differences between like how like Hatchetfield itself and how it's described in every iteration, which is not the same thing. But I did find out while doing that apparently Mariah Rose Faith, the actress playing Alice here, was apparently cast in Mean Girls at one point, and thus missed Black Friday. And so that's why Angela, who is in the bottom row, was cast instead. Which, honestly, the stars align there because it turns out, I think, I can't imagine anyone else playing Lex other than Angela, even though I didn't recognize her at first when she joined Smosh. Anyway,
there's a few adaptations of Mean Girls. I'm assuming you're talking about the Broadway musical.
I think so as well.
Okay.
Let me just, I will go back to it while it's playing.
It. Why would she throw a party when she knows I'm stuck going to Waterworld?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's jealous of all the fun we're gonna have. Huh? Oh, it's Woody. You catch the next one.
There's not gonna be a next one. Grandmother's taking her to Amsterdam on Monday. Then she's going to early orientation at her art school.
National
I
tour.
might never see Deb again.
Mean Girls
Hey,
National
here's
tour.
hoping
Okay.
that doesn't happen. But even if it does, and life takes you two in different directions, that's probably for the best. Deb will go be a starving artist, and you'll be a doctor.
I'm gonna be a playwright, Dad.
Well, you don't know what you're gonna be. You got time to figure it out.
Which is also a starving artist.
I was
Just a
going to say
different
that.
time.
Yeah, I think Bill is clearly not thinking like that she wants Alice to be a playwright either because of that same thing. It's interesting. Like this is again a new aspect to Bill we haven't really quite seen, the expectation that he has for his daughter, or at least like the hope that she'll be stable at least.
The point
Which
is,
again,
you
this
gotta-
ties back to his lack of actual connection with his daughter that they had gone into during his
Yeah.
debut appearance.
Yeah, which also now I can see some of that being on him because of the fact that clearly Alice just stated what she wants to be, and Bill's like, you don't know yet.
give
Deb's got it all figured out. No, she's definitely that she just said she was going to do. You, however, of course not. My own daughter, who I know better than Deb, hopefully.
Deb some space to live her own life. Like I always say, if you really love her, let her go. Let her go.
Bon, I mentioned that Angela was from Smosh before. That's what I said this in like a previous stream that I saw her on Smosh like a bunch, and then I went back to watch Black Friday. I was like, oh wait, that was her the whole time. After Star Kid were invited onto Try Not to Laugh on Smosh Pit. When I realized that, because he said like, oh, here are my friends, please welcome Star Kid. It's like, wait, Angela has ties to Star Kid? And then like I went through my head, it's like, and my mind was I remember her going like, my mom's a That's like, oh, that's why. That's what gave it away. And so I rewatched Black Friday. I was like, oh yeah, that's her. I've also now seen a bunch of compilations of like comparisons with like Angela Giratana's range about. So like they'll have a Nightmare Time clip from her of her like freaking out as a normal person on Smosh. And that's yeah. Anyway.
I like that the skeleton background is still there, by the way.
Yeah. There's going to be version of the Broadway musical of Mean Girls.
So I didn't know if that was the
Mariah
case or
cast.
not. Yeah, so I didn't know if that was going to be the case or not, because I watched the trailer and you could clearly hear in the background like a remix or maybe like slower version of World Burn, which is from the Broadway musical. But also the Broadway musical is just really popular, so I wasn't sure if they just nabbed one of the songs from it and put in the trailer because it was fitting, or if it was because it's actually adapting it.
I'm surprised if they were doing an adaptation of a musical, they wouldn't actually put parts of the songs in. Normally they have like extracts for musical trailers. I say that like I watch a lot of trailers, and I haven't gone on record to say that I avoid most of them. Anyway.
Well, I under the assumption that they were just like nabbing one of the musical songs for the trailer, because most trailer music doesn't ever make it into the actual song, which I kind of hate, by the way, because trailer music goes so hard and then never shows up.
Love and wisdom. I know. Hey, my buddy Paul said somebody died on the tearjerker. They had a pre-existing heart condition, but still.
At around 10 a.m., the AFC Pacer pulls into the parking lot of Watcher World, an aging amusement park on the edge of Hatchetfield Island. Alice and Bill park and make their way to the front gate, above which is an enormous welcome sign bearing an image of Blinky, the Watcher World mascot. They pass under Blinky's massive yellow eye with its purple iris. Then Bill steps up to
If I ever think of a massive yellow eye, I think of Sauron.
the ticket booth.
Hello there,
I think
sir.
of Bill
Welcome.
Cipher, but I don't even think he had a yellow eye. I think I'm just conflating the fact that he was a yellow triangle with the fact that he had a singular eye.
Triangle with a white eye, yes.
Watch your world. Ready to watch all your dreams come true?
Sure am. Can we get 2 tickets? 1 adult and 1 child.
Dad, are you serious?
Isn't Alice 18? Or is he trying to like pass her off as younger?
2 adults.
Probably younger, so that way they get a discount.
Yeah. But of course, Alice is going to be like, I'm an adult now. I want to be treated as such. I want to be charged the full price, thank you.
Child in my eyes.
Yeah,
hey, by the
that's-
way, Jacob, I didn't notice until now, you sent the restream link in the Butter Bunch Discord.
Ah. Okay, alright. I'll keep the video playing and then I'll fix that.
Okay, I just deleted the old one. I was like, we should probably get rid of
look
that.
like we got a daddy-daughter dispute on
never
our
mind.
hands. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the child price. She is your little girl, after all.
Hey, thanks.
Now you two go and have yourself a day worth watching. And Princess, remember, you take care of your daddy today. Blinky's got his eye on you.
Inside the park, hundreds of sculpted
Look at how
eyeballs cover the
disinterested
shops
she
and
looks.
food stands that line
Of course, yeah.
in the entrance arcade. Alice looks around at the creepy decor and the masses of blissful park guests. Bill can hardly contain himself.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a flash pass. You want some eye candy?
No, thanks. I'll wait here.
We're doing it!
As Bill rushes off, Alice leans against a bench and takes out a stick of gum. She notices a sign on a nearby lamppost that reads, "Please keep our park clean. Blinky's watching." On the sign is an image of Blinky. Looking closer, Alice sees the creature's
I don't think
pupils.
these people care about
In
red
fact, the
flags. The town they live in is called Hatchet Town.
Your
Hatchetfield,
but
sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Well,
if your town has a name that has a hatchet in it. You know.
I don't know. Counter argument, don't your entire family live in Texas?
Yeah, and it's not good.
Exactly.
of a small security camera. She pops the gum in her mouth.
I'm not gonna
tosses
say
the
the
wrapper to
exact Actually, never mind. That might even it down. But I will say, I live in a town as well that has a name that begins with a drug as well. So
Okay. All right then.
Ground and flips off the camera.
Fuck you, Blinky.
She turns to wander off,
He sounds drunk already.
directly into an enormous yellow eye.
Oh, Jesus!
It's the cyclopean costume head of a Blinky mascot. Purple fur in various shades covers his rotund form. Alice catches her breath.
Question: would a Cyclops have like one shade, or would it still like like two shades? It's like custom made.
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, that's a bad word.
Sorry, Blinky.
The purple monster with one yellow eye for a head points to Alice's gum wrapper on the ground.
Aw, you made Blinky cry.
Waterfall starts like spewing from one eye. Bleh.
Oops.
Pick it up.
Do it.
Okay.
Alice bends down to pick up her trash, the hem of her short shorts rising. Blinky watches.
Nice view.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Stay away from me, creep.
You don't like Blinky?
No.
no, Blinky's a predator.
Sorry.
It's apparently.
Yeah. I used to like Blinky until about a few seconds ago.
Yeah, Blinky was cool until you started looking up my skirt.
Hmm.
Blinky steps
gonna face
back
the
as
green
a
screen.
gaggle of park goers passes. When they do, he's gone. Then a
Just like the people laughing at the fact that James has retreated.
hand grabs Alice's shoulder.
Hey, Alice, look what I got us.
It's Bill. He's holding two Blinky hats. He pulls his on. A large yellow eye with purple furry lids covers the top of his head. He offers a hat to Alice.
I'm not wearing that.
Alice frowns, the Blinky hat on her head. She and Bill are now at the top of a hill. On
Did we just get like a jump cut in a life? Just got like a life to like, there is no way I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this thing, aren't I?
the eye drop, a tacky eye-themed log ride.
All right, here comes the drop. Put your hands up, Alice.
No.
They go over the hill. Big splash.
Bod just said I can't help imagine Blinky as a minion. The Prism does not like that idea. Blinky was secretly Bob this whole time.
Alice gets off the ride, dripping with gross theme park water.
Great. Now I'm soaked.
Well, there's a cure for that.
Alice stands in a gift shop, looking into a mirror at a gaudy, oversized t-shirt she's wearing. It reads, "I survived the eye drop, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt."
Oh, I see. This is their marketing strategy, isn't it? And also new jump cuts. So it does seem like we're supposed to imagine this as like as like a movie of some kind rather than like the stage play that it probably would have been otherwise.
That is a good shirt.
Really? I think it's kind of lousy.
Well, if you don't like it, pick out another.
Yes, I did.
I didn't know you were funny.
For thousands of years, I've laid
Later,
dormant.
Bill
Archway,
munches
welcome
on cotton
back.
candy. Alice drags her feet behind him, stops and throws an arm around her.
Alice, oh, look, there's a photo op in front of Drowsy Town Station.
He pulls her toward an eye-covered train station, readying his phone for a selfie. She tries to worm her way out of it.
I'll get.
No, come here.
He leans in close to her and frames up the picture, noticing her unenthused expression.
Oh, I see. Pouty faces.
I thought they were gonna do the whole like father can't take pictures in a timely manner trope.
He does the
Applies to my life.
duck lips and snaps the pic.
There's not duck lips there.
There you go. Look at us. We're models. Oh, we gotta gram this.
Don't tag me in that.
Tag. How do I do that?
You'll never
Friend me
find
on
out.
Instagram so I can send you this picture.
You don't friend people, you follow them.
Well, I'd follow you anywhere.
Tell me about it.
If that's the case, then you probably should be following her already.
Bill
Okay,
finally finds her profile on his phone.
Is this you? Why can't I see your posts?
Because my account's private.
Oh, that's a good idea. Don't want Ted or his nerdy little brother stalking you on there. How do I get it?
Hold on. Ted has brothers? Oh no. That's that could very easily be a recipe for disaster there.
Get in though.
Dad, it's private.
Imagine they're all like Joey Richter clones, or just like like have an edit of him on a green screen as are all of the different versions of Ted. Like his brothers, as I don't know, Ned and Ed or something like that.
So that you can't see it.
But I want to know what's going on in your life.
If I want you to know something, I'll tell you.
Well, you don't tell me anything.
Exactly.
You know, this really is a good picture. I bet you could be a model if you wanted. You could be anything. A doctor, a lawyer.
A playwright.
A
Well,
playwright.
you got time to figure it out, but there's no rush. Oh, shit.
Interesting. So so Paul doesn't like musicals, but Bill does not like regular plays, it seems. Good thing we went to see Mamma Mia in the other reality.
Shit, quick, Alice! Alice, the next show's about to start.
Bill rushes to the entrance of the Watcher World Theater, where there's a sign displaying showtimes for Blinky's Watch Party, a musical extravaganza through Drowsy Town.
Oh, you're right. So I got the names wrong, Bon. Yeah, I meant to say Stuart, not Bob. I forgot it's Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, isn't it? That yeah.
Dad, I don't want to see some stupid kiddie show.
But Alice, it's a musical!
Okay.
There we go.
Inside
There's
the theater,
Bill.
hundreds of screaming kids and their sweaty parents
Honestly, Alice should write a musical. Problem solved.
and sit on long, sticky benches. The house lights dim, and Alice crosses her arms.
Wake me up when it's over.
Oh, come on, you humbug. You can't sleep through the show.
Crowd quiets down, and an announcer's voice rings out through the sound system.
Do we get a musical number here?
Ahoy there, boys and girls!
Maybe.
Welcome to Blinky's Watch Party, a musical extravaganza through.
We're already in a watch party. This is Inception here, and we're watching a watch party. If anything, we are a watch party watching a watch party act out a watch party. Oh my goodness.
Let me just change
Really
this
is.
real quick for us.
Oh, okay. I thought I got your profile picture to an eye or something like that.
No, I'm changing our description.
Okay.
I want to make it more into a tongue twister now.
Oh come on! I already put something in there for that.
Yeah, and now we can put it into even more detail. Apparently,
Okay, fine. In that case, I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find an eye for the background then.
Through Drowsy Town. Please silence your cell phones and refrain from flash photography. You don't want to blind Blinky. He's always watching.
That's a
Now,
good reason to blind
enough
him.
snooking around. Let's start the show. Come on,
Is that a clue on how to defeat Blinky? Flash photography.
Sniggles.
From all around the theater,
Interesting. That's what they called it when. That's what they referred to like the the Wiggly associates or something, or Wiggly fans rather than Blinky.
the Sniggles come running in. They're weird antennaed people things with fuzzy wing arms and purple shirts that say
man,
Blinky
I
on the
love the
front.
description so much. I just changed like one word, so now it's just so many W's.
Okay. I will reload the Creator Studio then, because I had it open on a separate part. Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, let's watch the watch part about the watchers while our watchers watch us. Yeah. If anyone can say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, if
Go
you
ahead
need
and
a
send that.
warm up, then there you go.
Hmm. I'm having so hard with the guy just jamming at the piano. That is true, yeah. I don't actually know what his name is. I think that might be like Matt Lang, because I know that the guy at the top right is Nick Lang. Not sure. Two actual brothers.
Hey everybody, we're the Sniggles. Don't be scared.
It kicks in, and they sing.
Hey,
Okay, here we go.
Sniggles, do you know what time it is?
It's time for the Blinky song, of course.
That's right. Blinky's got those eyes that really bug out the red and yellowy.
Blinky's got that fur that really spills out and makes the town drowsy.
In Drowsy Town, we shake and move and don't upset our boss.
Cause if we do, his eye gets red and he might just spill our guts.
Blink once, blink twice. If you get the sniggle urge to move. Blink once, blink twice. If you're gonna shake your feathers soon.
Okay, this is the new dance now.
Got to get the sniggle wings in sync. Oh, you got to move the speed as fast as you blink. All right,
I'm wondering about like the dancers actually, where they got those people,
Sniggles, give me 3 claps.
given the time period.
Great, now give me 4. How about 5? Now don't blink.
If you blink, you'll wake him up.
And if you wake them up, we die. Don't blink. Don't ever blink. Don't you fucking blink.
Oh, I blinked. Yep, you woke him up.
Great, we're done.
I tried, okay?
We do our best to never,
Dang it.
ever cry. 'Cause if we do,
My eyes are crying now.
and then we don't eat or awake.
I'm so hungry.
Blink once, blink twice. If you get the sniggle urge to move. Blink once, blink twice. If you're gonna shake your feathers soon. Oh, you got to get the sniggle wings in sync. Oh, you got to move the speed as fast as you blink.
The Blinky song ends to thunder.
All right, I have to read this out. So, looking to enter Sandman, eh? And yes, I get the reference, Spawn.
Thunderous applause.
And yeah, it was recorded on Zoom because that's why I was wondering where the dancers came from, because they all had to get together. Well, they were bubble the whole time.
Yay!
Alice watches, scratching her head.
Okay, what are the Sniggles? Are they birds or monsters? What am I?
Look, Angela just poised and ready down. That is the face of an actor in the zone.
watching? So stupid.
Now you know how I felt when I had to
We'd like a chun sound effect, just like Angela appears.
do Dear Evan Hansen.
Come on.
Ah, that's how you know it's a different timeline. It was not Mamma Mia this time, it was Dear Evan Hansen that came touring.
On stage, the bearded Sniggle leader, Papa Sniggle, calls out,
All right, Sniggles. Last one to the snackle shop is a rotten snoogle.
They all run off, except one pensive
Tried.
Sniggle, who takes center stage. Her best pal pokes his head back on and asks,
You coming, Snigglet?
Go on without me, Snigglots. I'm all snoggled out.
Apparently, they Snigglet, I suppose, have a foil or something in the form of Mariah, apparently, because again, Mariah and Angela, the rivalry that was never to be, because I don't think they're actually rivals.
Okay, see you in a snig.
Sniglet turns to the
Can we all agree that James has the best exits as characters? Like first retreating and then going. I had to end this stream by doing that.
audience.
Hey everyone, can I tell you something? Something I never told anyone? The other Sniggles just wouldn't understand.
She steps into a spotlight and starts to sing.
Oh wow, we get another one immediately.
Let's go.
This is the song. Angela is here. You better run and hide. Angela is here. You don't
When
want
I
to
was
die, why?
two,
Because you see you.
I knew just what I wanted. A snore for poo that screamed and puffed its haunted dreams.
You're too young, you didn't know what you wanted. Not according to Bill, anyway.
As I grew up, I stopped being what I wanted. A sniggle who danced and shouted nightmare schemes. But Snoozle Town is near, and the Snoozle train is here.
That reminds me of Friday is Black for Me. Also sung by Angela.
And when I go down to Snoozle Town, I'll know what's lost is found. I'll find a handsome Snoog and snort his handsome hooves.
I
Sorry?
can see why the other Sniggles would not understand, because I can barely understand.
And we'll have two snoozles that can snozzle our own bayou, where the boogle boggles flow with.
This had to have been such a fun song to write.
It feels like someone put lyrics to the Jabberwock by Lewis Carroll.
But
I feel like if they
Town
come
is
on a lyric, they could just replace any word or any ending with just some random version of snooze, I guess.
Yeah.
And there you go. Now
looking to enter Drowsy Town, eh? Ooh, there's many a traveler who've got in there and none return. There's a bunch of made-up words and Angela singing songs that no one understands. I watched this episode when I was ill. Oh, I
yeah, this definitely
don't know
feels
this would
like
have helped.
definitely feels like a fever dream episode. All right,
Exactly, yeah.
that feels
The
like
whole
you.
thing.
That feels like you'd wake up feeling better, and you're like, "Was the Snoozle Town real?"
I had a dream. Angela was saying something about like a snoozle by you and snoozle and sniggly snoo and blah 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 wabba do. Like that real? And meanwhile, it's like prison. We don't know what you're saying. No. The song went like this, like a snoozle flew. Like, what are you talking?
I
we should run this-
love you.
I love the contrast of like complete nonsense, also like the ambition to become like nightmare fuel, on top of like this really like long full song. Like someone really wanted to be like the villain in someone else's story. KW is Alice in disguise.
That is literally just the plot line of the Lego Batman movie.
here, and the Snoozle train is here. And when I go down to Snoozle Town, I'll turn my sniggle frown. I'll break the sniggle mold. I'll trade these wings for gold.
That's a bad idea. Golden wings would not fly.
Sniggle can stop or keep me. That train won't leave without me.
I don't know if we really lean into the
Don't
mythology
leave.
direction of all this. I feel like it totally would. That
I'm not
feels like a
sure.
thing that would fly.
I mean, maybe. I guess Daedalus did use bronze. Close enough.
Without me.
Last call for Sniggles. You coming, Sniglet?
Oh, so I guess Jeff's character was there the entire time. Not much of a secret anymore, is it?
I'll catch the next one.
And they had an actual snoozle train as part of the show.
The spotlight on Sniglet fades.
As
That would be
Sniglet's
like-
hair starts shape-shifting.
Exactly. And so my hair shall fade in pink. Of a snoozle train on. Honestly, I would love to have like the snoozle train as like a wings area. It's like loop around again for the next scene to all like perfectly timed in production. Oh, this is the hair guy you were talking about earlier. I saw a comment about hair before. I didn't know who you were meant. I thought you were talking about like Jeff, but no. Okay, you're talking about Nick. Okay, fair enough.
Revealing Snigglets, standing there, staring at her.
You're a liar, Sniglet.
What?
Why do you want to leave Drowsy Town?
I don't.
Do you want to make Blinky cry?
You literally just sung a song about it, and you could have heard this whole thing. You know exactly why now, even if we have no idea.
No, I never said that.
Don't go through all of them, Bon, every single dumpster wizard quote. Fine. So, looking to entertainment tonight, eh? There we go, done.
You lie to me one more time with that dirty little mouth. Do you think Blinky's stupid? Do you?
No.
He's always watching Sniglet with 1,000 eyes.
Praise the Watcher! Praise the Watcher! Praise the Watcher! Praise him!
Sniglet whirls around to find the other Sniggles surrounding her in the dark. She looks pathetically out to the audience. Tears stream down her face. Her voice shakes.
Okay, what is the Watcher exactly?
Oh, this is why the was Blinky. This is why they saw like the whole thing about like Angela and Mariah being foils because Alice and Sniglet are going through the same thing. That's what it meant. Okay, got it now.
Well, I mean, okay, but is Blinky like an actual Cyclops or like what species are they?
Well, I guess if they have 1,000 eyes, they're definitely Cyclops. Even the mascot's a Cyclops, though.
Because in the way that they describe the Watcher and the eyes and all this, it feels like they're describing like, God dang it, hang on. Okay, there we go. No, it feels like they're describing like a divine entity, but we've already seen a divine entity that goes by a different name and hasn't been described by a bunch of eyes, but also it shapeshifts, so it's is Blinky and the creature from the Black and White the same entity? Are they separate entities? Are they both gods? Or is Blinky not a god? Or is it a polytheistic world? I have questions about the cosmology of this multiverse.
Well, I guess we shall wait and see.
I don't think I want to do this show anymore.
It doesn't matter what any of us want. Blinky's not done with you yet. And he's never gonna let you go until he's
And also, if it is a polytheistic world and they are separate entities, I still want to know about the hierarchy.
What a fantastic question that you have just posed. That I know the answer to, but I can't say.
She pleads.
No, please.
As terror fills her eyes, Papa Sniggle hops on.
Quick, Sniglet, fade into the pink. You gotta go.
Stage.
Look
God, no, Papa Sniggle made me think of like Papa Smurf for a second there.
Did it take you this long? The one female is called Snigglette. I think the comparison is fairly obvious.
Oh wait, that was intentional? Oh, I didn't even think about Smurfette when they said that.
That's why like half of their dialogue is like Sniggle related because of the Smurfs and the whole thing that they do.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. Well, at least their naming conventions. I still have all the cosmology questions remaining, but at least the naming conventions and all this make significantly more sense.
And they said
so. Are these meant to be pictured as like gigantic? So are these all meant to be like gigantic Smurfs then, or are they multi-eyed? Is Blinky the only one who's multi-eyed?
Describe them as birds, so I suppose they are bird-like creatures.
Speaking of being a multi-eyed creature who's always watching, that reminds me of what's his face from Greek mythology. Shoot, I don't remember his name. He
Argus?
was there. Yeah, Argus. He was the one who was like there to watch the cow to make sure it didn't move in the myths.
And now watches over Camp Half-Blood.
On with Snugglebugs.
The lights bump. All around, smiling mechanical bug rabbit things pop in and out of holes in the whimsical set.
What do we do, Papa Sniggle?
Yes, yes, Prism. Gargamel. Gargamel, the Greek mythology figure with 1,000 eyes.
That's the one, yeah.
Why does that guy want the Smurfs? Does anyone know why? In the show and the books, I think it was to eat them. In the movies, it varies. Depends on what they come up with. Anyway.
Don't you worry. I'm gonna whack
Okay,
those
fine.
Snugglebugs with this mallet.
Hey, Papa Sniggle holds the large mallet and the crowd goes wild.
There's one.
They're so excited.
He brings his mallet down on one of the mechanized
Oh, I see
rabbit
what Prism was
realistic
fun to.
splat.
KWS. So is Blinky that bad
Yeah,
guy?
I also saw that, but I just wasn't gonna go back and pause again.
Sound plays over the
Okay.
loudspeakers.
Well, there's another.
Splat! He whacks another Snugglebug. All the Sniggles howl in delight, except Sniglet, who watches on with horror.
Ooh, that's a big
Papa his mallet ferociously, Snugglebug, and whacks Sniglet square in the jaw. He goes flying to the floor, blood and a few teeth spray across the stage.
Oh my god!
The music cuts out. The crowd goes silent. The Sniggles all look to each other.
See, this is what Sniglet should have done this whole time. Just do something that would get the show cancelled, and then suddenly, there you go. Graphic violence. There's the answer.
I will say, for Sniglet, this seems like a really bad sign for, you know? I feel like a creature whose whole job is to be nightmare fuel. By the way, KW, wait until you learn about fairy tales. But no, Sniglet having emotion for this sort of thing feels like it's bad. Because, like, for a creature who's meant to be, like, the truest form of nightmare, by the way, it just occurred to me that these things might be continuous aspects in Nightmare Time, now that I'm saying this out loud. But for a creature whose whole thing is becoming like nightmare fuel and a creature of terror, right? I feel like you feeling remorse for these creatures' deaths for entertainment and having the stage direction's exact adjective for what you're feeling being horrified, not a good sign. I do expect either she'll go through an arc in which she becomes completely apathetic, or she'll just be killed by her own kind.
Yeah, knowing Hatchetfield, that either of those is equally viable. My Little Pony was was messed up. Apparently, so was certain adaptations I can think of. Don't remind the old fairy tales. I know some of the old stories, like the Greek myths.
Greek myths are very different than fairy tales.
Yeah, I think B was more referring to like it's like the realms of Hans Christian Andersen or the Brothers Grimm, etc., that kind of thing. As far as mythology goes, I see what you're saying. Like they share some of their makeup, but ultimately,
yeah, fairy tales even grab a lot of things from mythology, but at the end of the day, fairy tales are like historically known to be written by random people for the sake of a message. Mythology, a lot of people assume is fake when that's not necessarily the way that is. It's myths are much closer to a religion than anything else because
they form part of what religions were. That's the idea behind them.
Yeah, like
the
you could compare.
I should say really, really bad. Be happy to make it more happy. I don't know if I've heard them as bad necessarily, but I do. I have said before, I do prefer a balance of happy and sad in stories.
I feel like Brother Grimm's things aren't even sad because the way they're written, is not in a way that you are meant to really feel bad for these creatures. Like, they don't write them in like a real emotional standpoint. It's just things that happen. It's much more of just a warning than anything, or just like a tiny little anecdote. It's not like, and then they felt the terror. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Brothers Grimm did not care to mention that detail, though.
Okay. Yeah, we're not necessarily talking about like their intent here necessarily, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know how sad it is because they don't really sell the sadness of it.
A lot of things don't necessarily want their own sadness, but yet people still interpret them ways, especially when the works age significantly. I mean, think about TV shows from just a few years ago and how we interpret things differently now because we've moved on as a society from how we were before, how we evolved so quickly. 200 plus years is a long time, so we're going to view these stories differently, adaptation or not. Anyways, Aiden is here, and I was waiting for a moment to segue to adding him in. Also, bugaboo, I think, is one word, but anyway.
Burn the witch!
Aiden's here. No, his camera. We see no eyes. Blinky got them first. That'll make no sense to you, Aiden.
Burn the witch, okay?
Why? Which
witch? I don't know. I mean, you guys are kind of like witches.
Jacob is not at all like a witch.
Dang.
Not in the slightest.
Where'd you get that impression from?
In fact, I'm not even sure he's done any research into witchcraft, to be honest with you.
True.
The only witchcraft I know is the kind they teach at Hogwarts, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
No, you.
If that counts.
But we gotta burn. We gotta burn him because he's associating with witches.
Is he? Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
Also here.
Oh yeah, darn
I'm not as well versed in it as I should be. I wish I were, but.
Oh yeah, shame on you. You've been slacking on your witchcraft.
Yeah,
a little bit.
The Dark Lord has roars in
Blinky
pain
is
because
displeased.
you haven't did it.
I'm so sorry, Blinky. Or should I say Gargamel?
Oh my.
Or Argus? I don't know.
Maybe he's trying to
I've
eat
gone
Smurfs.
by many names: Gargamel, Argus, Blinky.
Yes. Blink Argamelgus.
Pac-Man.
Blink Gargamelgus. I love that one. Can we stick with that one? Can we just keep calling that?
I think it has a true name that we're going to hear later that's similar
Look
to
how
Blinky,
big this is.
know.
Look how big this is. It's bigger than my head.
Yeah.
After
it sure is, Aiden. It sure
the
is.
director
of Blinky's party
I like
runs on
Jericho.
stage. He kneels beside the actress playing Snigglette. She's not moving.
Angela.
Oh, well, they actually call her Angela.
Angela, are you all right? Ruby, call the medic.
Penny.
Just like knocking on someone's head to see if they're still. Okay, and you missed this, but basically what happened was that Angela got smacked in the jaw by a mallet and was on the floor, not moving. So going Penny, I'm not sure if that's gonna do much.
Well, I may give her a more of a head concussion.
Oh yeah, so she like the pain is set in a different spot rather than the jaw. It's like, well, you don't think about the pain in your jaw now, are you?
I'll say that's actually a thing that my doctor did at one point. Because we were doing a surgery on my toe. And
I also had a surgery on my toe.
And all of you know, my body is very resilient to any kind of numbing meds.
Oh, that sucks.
So they stuck the numbing in, and then it still hurt a little bit. So then they stuck it in again, which did most of the job.
Multiple times. Oh god.
But it still didn't do the whole job even after 2 shots of it. And we didn't realize until we were like midway through. Because then they were like putting in the acid or whatever to like underneath the flesh and all that, and I was like, oh okay, hold on, that hurts. And so after a little bit, I have an idea because I couldn't. He was like, because at that point with the anesthesia already doing so much, he just decided he was gonna like put pressure on other sides of my toe, which actually did work. That actually did even it out enough.
Okay, fair enough. Speaking of toes, by the way, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about fairy tales earlier. I was at a panto yesterday, and
A panto, but
yeah. Oh yes. Okay. It took me a second.
Yes,
But yeah. So it was Cinderella. Speaking like how like the dark origins of fairy tales.
Well, yeah, because because the stepmother was like, "Hey guys, let's cut off some of your toes and trim down your foot, so they'll."
That was what I was about to say just now. Yeah. So, but of course, like you don't tend to see that, and I've seen plenty of panto versions of Cinderella in the past. But it got to a stage where the stepmother, also known as Baroness Hardup in this version, just like brought out like a pair of gigantic hair trimmers at the point where the stepmother was like, wait, no, she's not going to. Are they actually this back? I had like my 12-year-old cousin next to me. Is like, wait, no, are they actually gonna do this?
Oh no!
And then like one toe, like fake toe, flies up, and then someone like catches it, and like, oh, it was something else.
Yeah, so the stepmother basically cut off a bunch of the. I think one of the stepsisters had their toe cut off. The other had their heel trimmed down to fit into the shoe, and basically.
The second sister had a fake leg, so they didn't do the heel trim down one, but they did. I was not surprised that they kept the toe.
But basically, the prince noticed their foot was bleeding, took him back on the house. They did again. The stepmother, and then Cinderella did. It's like, oh look, and then eventually the stepsisters and the stepmom went outside and had their eyes picked out by birds.
Okay, they didn't do that in the panto.
Fun times.
they left that part out. No.
Oh no, yeah. KW Into the Woods follows all the Grimm fairy tales because
not the version that I was in. The version that I was in didn't do that. Although I did get gutted on stage.
Weren't you a child?
Nope.
Oh, then never mind. I thought you were like, yeah.
Some of the cast were. It was that drama club I showed you before. Where I was like by far the oldest member of. I still got gutted on stage, so it wasn't like we spared too many of those details. But yeah,
I didn't mean to.
Shut up,
I swear.
Jeff.
Well, you were the
You're
wolf
drunk again,
Dang.
aren't
yes.
you?
No, I'm Stone Cone Slober.
I'm Stone Cold Slober.
Exactly.
Actor ducks behind a set piece and pukes. The director feels for Sniglet's pulse.
Oh gosh.
Sniglets.
We're going back to calling her Sniglet rather than Angela.
He's losing a lot of blood.
I like Angela
In the
more.
audience, Alice stands.
Is that lady alright?
What if I named the demon Angela? That'd be ironic.
I think,
suppose it would.
I think Marvel already did that, didn't they?
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably. I wouldn't be shocked if I found out they had.
I think there's already a character named Angela, and
I mean, technically, Buffy did it as well because they named Angel, who's a vampire, but in that universe, vampires are also demons.
Fun fact, actually, Gilmore Girls was gone for a while because he was in the Into the Woods play and put it in the series. That's nice.
Ma'am, please stay seated during the performance.
On stage.
Stay seated, but also, do we actually have any doctors? If you're a doctor, please do not stay seated. To everyone else, this is just a performance.
On stage, one of the Sniggles asked the director.
Sniggles?
We're calling for audience participation. Don't worry. It only happens that we're calling for specific participants.
with medical degrees and medical information, and also ideally medical kits.
You can shut the hell up, Lauren.
Soon.
And there you go. Okay, so again, they're using the actors' real names as the actors playing the Sniggles.
The stage lights go down. The curtain closes.
I don't know if
and the
they're
announcer
legally
voice
to do this, but it would be kind of cool if, like, they actually called up doctors if, like, at the actual stage play, right? They just actually called for doctors in the audience.
I feel like that would not only be legal, it would also be ideal in this situation.
Breaks the silence.
No, I don't mean
boys
in
and
the
girls.
universe of this. I mean in real life, like this as a play
I mean
on
both.
stage.
I mean both. If someone got injured on stage, I wouldn't. I
No,
would.
I don't mean real injury. I mean like the character's injured, and so they call for doctors.
Oh,
in
I
the
see.
audience.
That's I don't see why that would be illegal. That's just that would be on space at that point. So why not?
Blinky spotted some commotion backstage. Y'all sit tight while we work out them snooks.
After about 30 seconds, the house lights come up and exit music plays. The crowd quietly gets up to leave. Alice says,
Oh yeah, we get a third one.
Dad, what the hell did we just...
Hopefully.
She turns to Bill, but he's been asleep for some time.
Ah, wasn't it Bill who said before that couldn't fall asleep during the performance? Imagine sleeping through that. My goodness. So, looking to enter the doctor's office, eh? I've seen many a traveler enter hospitals and, a few return.
Huh?
Probably because they don't have the modern day medicine. They're probably just like, let's amputate it.
What?
How old do you think this takes place in?
The 1990s. That's what I think.
Well, I can tell you right now, even if you were correct, there was still anesthesia then.
1990s.
That's not that far back.
What do you mean? That was like 25 years ago, right?
You're like a small
admittedly,
child.
that
You're
is.
like a
Admittedly,
small
yes, that is
child.
actually quite a
Wow.
far back. That is pretty far back at this point, sure, but that doesn't mean that they didn't have the equipment.
What are you talking
when
about?
you're talking about when you're talking about like differences with medical science, yes, medical science does evolve from year to year. I'm not saying it doesn't. However, when we're talking about like huge mortality rate differences, 25 years is not the time gap that I think of.
Like they aren't in the middle of a war here. They aren't forced to like chop off a leg and start carrying, you know?
Nah, that's definitely what's happening now.
You know, like they aren't in the midst of gunfire. They can pop some morphine in there for a second.
Yeah.
On her way out of the theater, Alice stops by the usher to ask,
Hey, is that woman alright?
No, she's dead.
I will know this because of my mother and grandparents. They were all doctors in the 1990s specifically.
my entire lineage is actually just doctors.
But only the generation that was alive for the 1990s.
No, I like to imagine that KW just has a really deep knowledge in the history of medical science because every generation was just the doctor. And so the further back you go, it's just more and more like old versions of medicine.
My great-great-great-grandmother owned an operating theater. One of the places you could actually go in to see live operations happen as a paying public member.
I believe it, honestly. We have medical shows now. Yeah, absolutely. So that craving had to be filled.
Back in my day, we had the medical theater. We didn't have your Grey's Anatomies.
But Grandpa, those are real people.
My ancient ancestors,
and they were my favorite characters too.
And here in my family we have the last fossilized preservations of the leeches that the first doctors in my family used to use on patients.
These are my favorite bloodletting creatures. I named this one Tom.
Taxidermy Tom.
Usher's attention is taken by an impatient mother.
Excuse me, when's the next show?
15 minutes, ma'am.
Karen.
Yeah, when talking about impatient mothers, I'm surprised that we didn't get Linda Monroe cameo. This is Lauren playing this.
Aaron! Get over here right now or we're leaving!
Yeah, see, it was Aaron, not Karen.
Later, Bill and Alice sit on a bench near a food cart selling funnel cakes and churros. While Bill snacks, Alice reflects on the watch party.
Either something went terribly wrong.
My great one was the prettiest secretary during World War II. She had a brief stint as a nurse, so she counts in the lineage, but she was made a secretary. Just saying, I know things.
She had a side job as a live surgeon.
But being a pretty secretary means that it just opens so many doors in wartime.
Oh yeah, so many doors, specifically in between your legs.
Oh
okay,
God!
I was not going to go in that direction.
I don't care. We're on the
Right.
butter bunch. Look, man, this is World War II. If you have to say, "Oh yeah, this is the prettiest secretary in World War II," man, we all know what that means.
Okay,
It means they got around with or without their consent.
Nah.
Okay, well,
the secretary.
I am
was a lesbian.
sincerely hoping right now that this was KW adding to the joke of our ancestry, and this wasn't her actual great grandmother's job in the war. That's why I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, I got traumatized.
Oh, hey, look at that! Prism switched accounts. Isn't that a new thing to address?
Yeah.
Hey, Spanksa.
Strangely dark.
Spanksa,
You don't like the show because it's for babies. Then you don't like it because it's too dark. It's almost as if you don't like anything.
This sounds like KW talking about horror, but then consuming FNAF content.
You gonna finish that?
That's fair.
No, I get.
Alice hands Bill the pastry and.
She was just a secretary, nothing else. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So not the prettiest then. Fair enough.
Dang.
Oh, good. She might be safe actually from
Based on
the ravenous
wording?
men.
Based on the wording.
Oh my
Turns to her phone.
Oh God, no!
KW.
now?
Zig.
KW, that's a compliment,
going
dude.
by
That's
wording.
World War II with a bunch of men in the military. You have
I
any
think
idea how
that might
many
have been-
things get covered up for the
I think that
amount
might
of
have been
traumatized
aimed
women?
at me. I think that might have been aimed at me rather than you.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is, you saying she wasn't the prettiest is honestly a compliment in that
Oh,
day,
dang.
age, and profession.
Ugh.
Her being the ugliest might make her the safest.
Oh, the horror part. Oh, okay. Sorry, so many things happened at once that
I was so confused.
Jacob can't
I
keep
wasn't sure
track
how
of
far
reality
back the chat
anymore.
Look, the change.
Jacob-
We said a bunch of things in quick, rapid fire succession, all aimed at KW.
You know, whenever I see a hill, I like to just roll down it sometimes.
This is this. By the way, if people are watching the VOD, this is the kind of treatment that we give to our live viewers, just so everyone knows. On that note, welcome new live viewer who missed all of this, Elias Bergman. I'll have to come back tomorrow. To having class in 5 hours. Well, enjoy
Speaking of
the
World War
VOD.
II, your last name sounds German.
Okay, keep it in a solid JJ video.
Ziggs is going to Deb's party.
Who?
Right? Germans
Ziggs.
tend to use Berg names.
Yeah, no, I know, because I think it's because like Berg and Burg meant like castle. That's why it's so popular. Usually at the end, but yeah.
Hello,
That's cool.
Ziggy? This really cool non-binary person Deb used to have a crush on? And they're
Now, if you have to specify non-binary in this situation, like what relevance does that have?
bringing
It probably
Quiplash.
doesn't. It's probably so that way whenever people talk about them in like a public space, they'll use presumably the right pronouns.
I suppose.
Quiplash.
Although then again, if I just heard person, I wouldn't know either way, so I would probably just default to they them.
I mean, sure, yeah. It's, yeah.
My great grandfather was the. Let me tell you. Okay, there we go. There's the whole thing. Yes, it does clear it up. Thank you very much. Just continuing.
Is that a friend of Ziggs or?
No, it's a game and a well-known teen aphrodisiac. Of course, that's why the party is tonight. I'm not gonna be there to keep them apart.
Hold on. Well known. I don't. Anyway.
And Deb's gonna hook up with Six. I just know it.
Well,
Who's Deb?
I mean, well, Deb is Alice's girlfriend, who up until now, in every version we've seen of the Hatchetfield story, seems to be a very supportive and loyal person. So this might just be Alice being insecure rather than Deb being unfaithful. I'm hoping, anyway.
Either that, either that,
older
or this is a
universe where
different universe.
Deb sleeps around with everyone.
Because this could be the Deb is a cheater universe.
Deb in this universe actually is the prettiest secretary.
Yeah, this is all set during World War II.
Is this gonna be the meme now?
It might be. This might be the meme. This might be the running bit for the stream, man. I don't know what to tell you. This might be it.
KW, I'm sorry, I did not mean to. Ding.
Son of a secretary.
Well, then maybe Deb isn't the right girl for you.
Look.
I love how his response is like, "Oh no, there's no way Deb could do that to you. You two seem as close as two peas in a pod. Rather, no, just get rid of her." Aiden, if you don't know, Bill does not like Deb.
Dad,
Hey, at least he's not homophobic, though. You know, I do appreciate that it went from, hey, at least she's not for you, to, hey, maybe she's not the right girl for you.
That was the same in the guy who didn't like musicals. At no point does anyone think that Bill is homophobic. But whenever he says he doesn't like Deb, he makes it very clear that that's not what's going on. People just like say, okay, fair enough. It's just natural disapproval of relationship because of the person rather than the person's gender.
You know,
it never
father
comes up in that
tropes,
way.
yeah.
So I guess that's a win for everyone from Hatchetfield. Hey, you know what? You know what? Hatchetfield might be a terrifying place to live, and no one should go near it. But hey, if you happen to be there, you're accepted. That's the rule.
Every romantic relationship.
Well, okay,
you
we
ever
say
had-
that, but it depends, because you have people like Ted, who is clearly a bit of a misogynist.
Ted is hashtag super straight.
fall apart, but I'm committed.
That's a deep
No
cut
matter how
right
many problems
there.
we have.
Yeah, his brothers Ned and Ed are much more relaxed.
I'm just saying, there are problems.
The problem is that someone just had to get divorced.
The problem is that someone's jaw ended up being split open. Can we talk about that, please?
Couldn't have waited one more year. I got ripped out of school my senior year and shipped to Clivesdale. I hate Clivesdale. I
Everyone
lost all
hates
my
Clivesdale.
friends. I'm gonna lose Deb, and none of it is my fault.
Maybe it is your fault.
You're right.
Oh my goodness.
In what world? I don't know. This definitely doesn't
Not this
seem.
one.
It's not. After a couple more nightmare times, we might run the wheel enough times.
Yeah, might get like a different version of Alice.
By the way, Spanx, I totally agree. That is totally a Ted move.
Did we just hear Bill say it's not your fault, it's your mother's fault? That's a classic divorced parent move. Blame the other one.
Let's go ride the tearjerker.
Oh, you're riding a tearjerker, all right, Bill.
Bill and Alice stand in the massive line to ride the tearjerker, the tallest roller coaster in the whole Midwest. Alice watches the people around them. One group
Hold on a second. Whoa. Did you say Midwest? Isn't Hatchetfield an island? Where is Hatchetfield?
Maybe it's an island in the Midwest area.
Or maybe it's an island in one universe and not in this one.
But okay, admittedly, it's been a while since I've looked at U.S. geography, but I used to really hyperfixate on it, and to me, I thought the Midwest was Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and the Dakotas. Wasn't that how it worked? Like the actual middle, but leaning towards the west. That's what they call Midwest.
I don't know geography. Anyways, I'll be right back.
I can confirm that none of those states have islands. Maybe Hatchetfield is below Texas.
So I'll tell you right now, I don't think your list is right, but also no, what it does consist of, I don't think has islands either. I just looked it up. It's Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota. Okay, you got the Dakotas right, and Wisconsin.
And Kansas and Nebraska. I
Okay,
said all of
fine.
those.
You were off about Texas.
Okay.
I guess
All
Texas
right, so I guess
isn't considered part of the Northwest.
Or the Midwest. Okay. Well, in that
Midwest,
case,
yeah, that's what I meant.
In that case, that's even worse because none of those states are coastal. Anyway.
Catches the
No, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I had to look at that. I was like, because the picture it provides is just of the U.S. and I had to think, oh wait, no, that's Canada right above there. That's not a sea or ocean or anything. That's there's not a gap there of water. It's Canada.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess maybe Hatchetfield is just like this is like a body of water in the middle of Nebraska, and that's where Hatchetfield's plopped in the middle of that, and Clivesdale is somewhere off to the side.
Maybe this is like one of those multiverse things where like the Earth is formed slightly differently.
Maybe it was the Waylands. You won't get that, but the chat will.
Rye, a teenage couple, Craig and Allison, and their third wheel, Beth. Craig sucks down a soda from a souvenir cup while Allison squirms.
Why you wiggling, babe?
Drank too much Coke. I gotta pee.
Well, here's a cup. Pop a squat.
Gross, Greg.
I can't hold it. I'll meet you guys at the exit.
Angela is always ready and in costume and with the face.
Allison hops out of the line and heads off in search of a restroom. Craig and Beth watch her go.
What does
then
she
they
do?
turn to each other.
Thank God she's gone.
They embrace, necking hard. Beth.
I don't like this.
I was gonna say that was this is the unfaithful plot, not the thing with Deb, and I paused at a frame of Angela with her tongue out. Please no.
Mr. Allison?
Was it fair to me when she switched schools?
I guess what she doesn't see won't hurt her.
She inserts her tongue back down his throat. Eventually, Craig notices.
I
Alex
hate
staring
these
at
stage
him.
directions.
At him.
I'm not a fan of this. I don't mind the kissing and all that. It wasn't so bad before, but I don't need to hear the phrase and she sticks her tongue back down her throat.
A lot of the time when people make scripts, they don't tend to focus too much on stage directions. I've said as much to Aiden and to plenty of other people, including the classes I taught when I was in Spain for that while. Sometimes you get a chance to write stuff like this, and it goes very underappreciated.
Yeah, I'll say that's one of those nice things. Well, not so nice. That's one of those things I don't like too much about like scripts because traditionally the mainstream scripts have to be so like dry with their narration.
Yeah. Reason for that is because most of the time most of the time the directors will want to take like something that they can morph into their own rather than have specific stage directions. Like the way that we do directions in our scripts is very different because I mean we're normally in charge of the animation and editing in ourselves, so we put the teachers in there mostly for us and for the other editors. But yeah, for like a live action project, normally the director would be like, okay, this is what has to happen. This is how I'm going to set up the cameras. I'm going to do it this way. This is my production. I'll do what I want and action. Yeah.
See, I wish I could say I could do it different. Here's the thing. I'm not Scott Cawthon. Scott getting away with actual descriptions was a miracle on its own. Are you
referring to like a FNAF movie script? That's probably because of Easter eggs. They knew that he was going to put Easter eggs in or something.
Well, it was partly that, but I think it was also
possible.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact reasoning is. He never really mentioned it. We only know about that because a member of the community had a insider who just had a couple scripts lying around.
Cool. All right.
And Beth. He makes eye contact and smiles.
But no, what I'm saying is I have such a specific vision with things that it's like it would be so hard to just be like, okay, I'm gonna give it the director. I sure hope they know what my intention was with this.
Well, it wouldn't matter if they knew, because the thing with directors, if you're applying to something else, that they would want to apply their own style. That's what I was saying before. So, I mean, your intention of like the story structure. That's the thing that I got taught to do. I had to like tone myself back down from what I was doing like in early Mutant Girl scripts.
Then Alice notices something about Craig.
That her lipstick is on him and they woke up in the photo.
Something she's noticed about several people here in Watcher World, come to think of it. The irises of his eyes. They're purple. And as Craig smiles at her, she's filled with a distinct feeling of dread. Then the obnoxious teenager running the ride calls out,
I too feel dread.
Riders, we got any
I'm trying to remember like what that tune is from. Those in the background.
single riders?
I'm a single rider.
What?
Oh, the single riders. Oh, the single riders.
What are you doing?
I want out of this line.
But the line's half the fun.
No, it's not. What on earth are you talking about?
Then you stay in it.
Alice rushes to the front of the line. Bill hurries after her.
Hey, I'm a single rider too, but I want to sit with her.
Slow down, sir. That's not how the single rider works, okay? You're placed in the next empty seat.
Get out of my way.
Bill pushes past the obnoxious teen. Alice is getting into the two-person ride vehicle with a man who seems to be in a
That voice reminds me of Peter Spankowski. What if it was him?
hurry. But Bill dives into the seat beside her first.
Hey, I'm next.
And I'm in a hurry. Isn't that right?
Dad, what are you doing?
Sir,
I know that character's name now. Nick Swift. The comments told me.
I'm gonna have to call my manager, sir. Forget it. We got any single riders?
I will say that's interesting.
Ride vehicle pulls.
In my years of customer service at this point, I've had a lot of unruly people come by desks that I'm working at. I never tell them what I'm getting the manager if they're in trouble.
Oh yeah, because then they'll complain more. But that's very smart.
Pulls out of the loading area as Bill angrily fastens his seatbelt and turns to Alice.
Either that or they'll
What
like
the hell-
change their attitude. I want them to be in the thick of it whenever they show up, just so that way I feel like that limits complication.
Just have like a manager button or something.
No,
like him back to being like held up, it's like, oh yeah, sure.
No, usually I'm just like, yeah, give me a second. Let me just go check something, and then I go to grab the manager.
All right. I guess that is as close to being in the thick of it as one can get.
What was your problem?
What?
I'd just be like, okay, wait here. Now I'm gonna come back. You'll see what's gonna happen. Just like recreate the scene with them.
You want to sit together? We're together.
Yeah, but
okay,
I had to
places,
cut someone.
please.
It was embarrassing.
Oh, you're embarrassed? You could have waited 20 seconds for the next car.
I wanted to be
But you said if it was 20 seconds for the next car, surely.
with
Okay, anyway.
you. That's the whole fucking reason we're here. What?
Bill notices Alice tensing up as the ride vehicle climbs the first and largest hill of the coaster.
They always put the largest one at the front.
I don't like heights.
Then why the hell are we on the tearjerker? You know it's the tallest roller coaster in the Midwest.
Because you wanted to ride it. I don't even like roller coasters.
Well, maybe I'd know that if you told me one thing about your life.
He's stopped by the sound of the ride vehicle screeching to a halt. Beneath Bill and Alice, chains thud, metal scrapes, something clanks and clatters. Then, nothing.
What was that?
I don't know.
They've stopped at the peak of the hill, 425 feet in the air. Alice starts breathing heavily as the announcer's voice plays through a nearby speaker.
Uh-oh, boys and girls. Blinky spotted some commotion down the track a ways. Y'all sit tight while we work out them snooks.
Okay, maybe this is
Dad?
what that one commenter was talking about me thinking a little bit too much into it. But assuming, which is how the story presents it, that Blink is some sort of cosmological entity, and I'm not saying a god, just some sort of mythological creature, right?
Yes.
And we assume, of course, that as previous things have shown us, love is a more of a divine aspect, with like passion, all that,
Are you
and desire. Is
Yeah.
it possible that the commotion, the reason he sensed it, is because it's two loved ones having like a falling out, so he feels like a disturbance in that area?
But if love was a thing that overpowers a lot of the entities we've seen in the Hatchetfield saga, surely a disruption in love would actually make them more powerful.
No, but the thing is, though, what I'm saying is because what if he's like feeling the severing of the ties right now?
And decides to stop the roller coaster as a result of that?
Yeah, is it because isn't the previous stuff that love makes them is tied to their strength?
I thought it would have been. I mean, I guess I'm not really sure.
Because that was
I think it could be. I think it could be leveraged. Like in Guide to Like Musicals, it was leveraged to get Paul to actually want something, and thus be able to control him. Maybe.
Yeah, and then in the second one, what was it?
In Black Friday, that like parents' love for their children was the reason they went so mad trying to get Tickle Me Wiggly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it can be leveraged, but the way that love is presented in most like media usually is like the force that would overpower something. Rather this time, it seems like what you're saying, if this it wouldn't be like a parallel because it's actively being weaponized.
Well, because I don't think any of that could have happened. Which god theory?
The one about
like
Blinky. That was that comment from earlier. The one about Blinky. Continue.
Oh, but no, like, because without the love from before, right? Sure, they wouldn't have been able to overpower the villain or whatever. They also wouldn't have been able to be manipulated in that way. It's that was one of those things where I was like seeing because the black and white I always thought was representative of the dual-edged sword of desire and love and all that. And
I guess
so
that does kind of like link to Nutty Prudes in a weird way, but yeah, that for Black Friday that makes sense. For Guide to Like Musicals, maybe not so much because a lot of people's desires were not tied to love, but yeah, okay,
that's fair.
It's okay, sweetie. It's just a technical difficulty. This happens all the time.
Didn't you say someone died on this ride?
They had a pre-existing heart condition. I remember that.
I would love if this goes the way I'm thinking of. This would be great in an animatic. Like the ride just stops and he's like, "Oh, it's nothing, I'm sure." And you see like 1,000 purple eyes surround them, just like staring them down.
They slowly fade in more and more as the scene continues to progress. Yeah, potentially. I'm not sure if there are many Nightmare Time animatics. I've never looked personally, so maybe there are.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, you did.
Whoosh!
I remember it.
A powerful gust of wind blows by, shaking the entire coaster. Beneath them, beams and pillars moan and creak.
Oh my god. Oh my god, why is it swaying?
I'd love if, like, during this conversation, Joey just comes out like, "Well, it's fixed!" Immediately down with no warning.
It's supposed to do that. It's got to sway a little, or the whole thing will blow over.
It's gonna blow over.
Very true.
The nearby speaker, which is bolted beside another small security camera,
I appreciate it. I feel like Star Kid's a pretty good group of writers, though. I do still wish they explained the rules of some of their stuff a little bit more, but
nah, they got to milk this.
Obnoxious teenage.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's too much to ask about an explanation about the multiverse. Oh
That-
wow, my
yeah.
boy! I went into Donald Trump voice for a second there. Actually, wait.
Listen, okay? The multiverse, a very freaky concept, and I want to know a little bit about it. I don't know about it, so we're gonna find out more. We're gonna send a bunch of people into the black and white, okay?
Don't worry, the
Hello.
missiles are on their way.
Passengers, you may have noticed
That is what the actual president had to do.
that the ride
in
is
in this one.
stopped, so please stay
Oh yeah, I
inside your
remember
car.
waking up and seeing on Twitter him posting that, and that it was so. God, how
Did
does anyone
Joey
see-
just? Did Joey just say, to say, please stay inside the car? Aren't they 425 feet in the air right now?
You know,
Is everyone
people do some crazy things under panic.
Is everyone going to be like, you don't tell me what to do? I'm in a hurry. Ah!
Hey, look, man, if they get surrounded by a bunch of, like, eyeballs, you know, I wouldn't blame them if they're like, welp, this is it. Woohoo!
I'd hesitate in that situation. It's like, which one is worse right now?
Seatbelts fastened. We're gonna send a maintenance guy up to get you momentarily.
Get us? Why can't we just write it down?
It's okay. Look, there's a staircase.
Probably because like the momentum wouldn't be able to stop them, right? Like if they rode down at full speed, then they wouldn't be able to stop in time. Maybe if there's like a derailing at like a different part of the track, they just like fly straight off
It's
it.
right next to the track. We'll just walk back down the way we came.
I can't do that. Dad, I'm having
afraid
a
of
panic
heights.
attack. I need to get down. I need to get down.
Okay.
Bill looks around. He eyeballs the staircase next to the track. He looks to his daughter.
Hang on, place,
She's
guys.
shaking
What?
That was,
with fear. He
he
thinks
lost
for a
his
second.
place for a second.
He undoes his seatbelt with a click. When he starts to stand, the speaker blares.
Oh, sir, please stay seated and wait for the maintenance guy.
Boom! In the distance, thunder rumbles. Lightning flashes. The gray clouds overhead begin to drizzle rain. Bill shakes his head at the approaching storm.
Fuck that! Come on, Alice!
He steps out of the
Oh,
ride.
oh no, not rain. On top of everything else, not rain, please.
Vehicle and
Maybe Alice is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Actually, rain is probably significantly worse. Imagine trying to climb down there with slick tracks.
We also question mark acid rain.
Who mentioned
Maybe.
acid rain?
I've never heard of an acid storm before. That could be an interesting concept.
He reaches back and
Well,
I mean,
if there is good enough, you know, it will rain acid.
Yeah, I
That
don't.
is what I thought of when you said acid rain, Aiden.
Dad, I can't.
We have to go now before the steps get too slippery. Come on.
Isn't the maintenance person coming up those exact same stairs? You're just gonna clash.
Alice slowly unbuckles her belt and climbs from.
It'll
her
be
seat.
survival of the
Bill
fittest
takes
at that point. Someone's pushing one of them off.
Well, Bill is known to be a pushover, so he's gonna get pushed over.
hold of her left hand and reaches for her right one. It's holding her phone.
I got you. Give me your hand. Put your phone in your pocket.
It won't fit.
Okay, I'll take it.
What?
Here.
Dang, she has a huge phone.
This is Tim
She doesn't. Have you
Starkey.
guys never worn women's pants?
Oh,
well, I was about to make that exact same reference, but since you've asked me if I've worn them, no.
I have not.
Like, I'm just saying, those pockets are tiny.
I was going to say this was Team Starker's commentary on women's clothing having fake pockets, but then you also have to wonder, where does she keep her phone normally? If that was
Maybe she has it in her hand. I mean, that's what I do with my phone. I just have it in my hand pretty much at all times because I like to have it in my hand for some reason.
I thought you had to like hold the bar with both hands on roller coasters.
Oh,
anyway.
He reaches around
You
to
are
slide it into
supposed
his
to,
back
yes.
pocket, but the screen is already slick with rain. The phone.
Maybe,
slips
well,
from his
I guess
fingers.
on the roller coaster itself, maybe she put it like in between her legs.
I mean, I know that
Wait,
sometimes
she stuffed it in her bra. She stuffed
I
it
know
in her
that
bra.
I know that in certain roller coasters, you can actually like, put your hands up like this or something. Depends on the roller coaster. Don't do it on everyone. It's whatever other safety protocols you have. Sometimes people will do that. I'm just wondering if like Alice would have her phone in her hand, just like flies away or something.
He watches it ding past the metal-grated stairs and plummet down 425 feet. Alice, whose eyes are
Well, who would have seen that one coming?
shut tight, hears the ting.
No, my connection to Deb. Now I won't know if she's dating Ziggs.
Well, no, she is dating Deb. She doesn't know, if Deb is sleeping with Ziggs.
That is what I was trying to say, rather than I just used the wrong word. I said dating instead of hooking up or sleeping with.
Yeah, I was about to be like, yeah, that's a very different thing.
How unfaithful is Deb being?
Just don't look down. Look at me, okay?
Alice opens her eyes, and Bill starts to lead her down the staircase. Another gust of wind swooshes past. Alice grabs the handrail as the structure beneath them gently sways.
Dad?
I can't do this. Your hands aren't soft like a woman's hands.
Wait, you're saying like Alice is saying, Dad, I can't do this. Your hands are as soft as a woman's hand. What?
Aren't as soft as a woman's hand. I said aren't.
Okay.
Wouldn't
that be a good thing in the situation?
Yeah, because it would have more friction.
Nah. She needs to touch a woman's hand at all times, or then she feels alone.
What?
Don't question it.
Look, man, I'm just saying...
sure. I feel so alone right now, suspended 400 feet in the air. Clearly, loneliness is going to be a thing that does me in.
I'm not going to let you fall. You're America's...
Well, maybe she's going to die because of a broken heart, okay? It happened to Padme.
Yeah, that it did happen. She wasn't human, though. Her metabolism was different.
Tell me about the play you've been working on.
No.
Oh, I was going to say, like, I missed, like, he said America's Next something, and then Aiden said a word. I guess he's now accepted the whole playwright thing. Better late than never.
He probably hasn't, but at this point, he's pretty sure that it's at least important to her, so he can get her mind off of this.
Off of impending doom.
I guess he's realized that Alice did in fact tell him something about her life, and in the very moment that she did earlier, it completely ignored it. Maybe now he's actually learned that.
Yeah, his problem may not have ever been that he didn't know things about her. It might just be that he didn't know things that he liked about her.
You got your scholarship. Must be pretty good.
Bill continues to lead Alice as she takes a deep breath.
It's about a girl.
Sounds great so far. What's that girl doing?
In love with a girl named Deb who may or may not be cheating on her with this.
And is also
confirmed
to be a hardcore.
Stop ruining the moment. I watched this one. This is one of the few cute moments between these two out of 2 projects. Let me have it.
She moves to a new town and she's gay.
Love it.
Yeah.
This is sounding very autobiographical.
And she falls in love with a girl. And I don't want to spoil anything, but
she ends up on a roller coaster at 400 feet in the air and dies.
the girl's basically
Oh no.
That sounds scary.
And it's a comedy, Dad.
Sounds funny.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of that one scene from Rick and Morty, like on the Purge planet, where Morty has to listen to the guy's screenplay.
Sad because they both die in the end.
I will say, for the record, I do think that's still cute. Him switching it up immediately, not really concerned about any of the other reasoning. It's just like whatever gets her happier in this second.
Of course, yeah.
He wrote it like that to get the scholarship. The judges are suckers for that kind of thing, you know? When I actually get it produced, I want it to end happy.
That is actually a fair point. I mean, I personally can attest to say that I am probably I'm probably someone who likes positive endings in a sea of people who are too edgy for their own good. And I think of no writers in particular when I say that.
Hey, I have happy endings written.
No, you don't. All
yes,
your
I
endings are
do.
tragic.
I can think of no 2 people that write them.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
here's
you're
the
right. A
no.
lot of my stories are tragic. That doesn't mean they're all tragedies.
Okay, but wait, here's the thing about my stories. My stories, when I actually want to end them, I want them to end happy. It's only the fact that I write a lot of drama and write a lot of darkness and edginess
Well,
throughout
someone
the
happened
story.
whenever I got to the halfway point of explaining a certain arc that I have planned, so you didn't get to hear the ending.
The drama.
But
You know what?
But I
Honestly, it's not even just you two. I remember that at the during the entire time at university, a lot of people like had kind of like very like grounded, almost like like almost realistic dramas that they were going through. And meanwhile, I was like, hey, I got an idea for something anime, like animation related. It's going to be it's going to be very wacky and comedic at the same time. And then in the end of the festival, Siren Story was by far the most light-hearted production, despite the fact that it involves a bunch of sirens trying to eat people. Because
yeah, let's say, how do you make sirens particularly lighthearted?
By surrounding them with people doing family dramas and like assault stories and cults.
Wait, what?
Yes, those were all entries that were there.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can see
you just drowned out their innate darkness.
Exactly, with something marine related. Yep.
It's around.
So I got asked like, what is the point? Because like everyone's because I guess like the university people, like they're so used to hearing all these different stories. It's like, oh, this is like the lesson I want to take away from this. This is like what and meanwhile I was like, well, I mean, my thing is about sirens is, I guess, like realization of truth. And it's like, well, yeah, but how am across? Like, well, by the fact that I have an allegory for people not paying attention to their surroundings and being aware of things, like an impending disaster on the horizon. Just because I don't outright state that it's a direct comparison doesn't mean it's not there.
Just because you don't hit them hit them over the head, if it doesn't mean it's not technically there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like the mutant girl. It's a whole allegory for body issues, because everyone has their own unique types of body issues. No one has a dragon tail, but they can all relate to feeling monstrous in their own lights, especially when you're that age. But yeah, so needless to say, that my approach is very different in some ways, and I can see why writing it to appeal to the audience
treat the audience like they're idiots and don't have any critical thinking skills.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, what I was saying is like I can see why she would change the ending, because she's going to be like, if it's for a competition or for a grade, I can understand that. Excuse me, I have a dragon tail. Ah, I now see why the mutant girl was the show for you. I understand now.
Without her even realizing it, down to the tearjerker's load form. Her muscles start to
Wow, they descended 400 feet with that short a pitch.
Clench. Her breathing returns to normal. She turns to her father. He smiles at her.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not proud of you.
What a great ending between these two. I can go home and live happy ever. Wait, hold on a second. How long have we been through this? Almost halfway through. Yeah, this is not over.
Can I have my phone back?
No, it's shattered.
We're gonna get you a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but what does she think happens when you drop a phone 400 feet in the air? It's like, oh yeah, sure. Here's a piece, and here's a piece, and here's a piece.
She just one of those people who drops their phones accidentally constantly, and it's like, well, it never shattered before, and I dropped it 37 times.
Of course, like, it just always lands on the side.
Yes, I'm sorry, but
you dropped my phone?
Well, I was a little preoccupied.
I need my phone! Deb is having a party at the lake house. I need to be liking her post so that she knows I'm watching her!
Okay, here's an idea.
What? That's kind of creepy? Okay. Oh, God.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Here's an idea. Use Bill's phone, log into your Instagram from his phone, You can just easily do that and keep liking a post from there.
You know,
Easy.
just saying, girl. I don't think Deb is the unhealthy one in this relationship. I think it's you. I think you have the issues, not her.
This is very true. This might be like the one thing that Alice ruins that actually is her fault. That might be where this is going.
Jesus Christ, Alice, would you grow up?
Trying! I'm trying to grow up, but you won't let me! I should be at that party, not at the shitty Disneyland knockoff! You
How dare you? It's a Smurfs knockoff.
made me come here. You made me ride that stupid ride! Why are you always ruining my life?
Who says?
You know,
Oh
Alice,
God.
I love you to the moon and back.
But
you
you're
make it
dumb.
very hard for me to like you.
You are dumb.
Oh, so now you don't like me?
He's not saying that. He's saying you make it hard. He's not saying that he doesn't.
Well, that's fine, because I hate you.
Dang, real
Alice storms
dramatic.
off, leaving Bill on the loading platform.
Just out here.
Rain drizzles down onto him.
Girl, you only have some
All around the
issues.
entire
Alice, I
line of
think you're the one who needs help, not.
Oh wow, Alice just noped out of there.
Doors
Okay.
has been watching the fight with hungry, purple eyes.
Ooh, the color of evil.
Later, the storm subsides, the sun goes down, and thousands of electric bulbs light up Watcher World. Alone and upset, Bill strolls down a midway full of carnival games. The Barker, at the High Striker Strongman game, calls out to the crowd.
Come one, come all, test your strength and win it all.
Bill glances over and the Barker points to him.
You can win the soul of your
You
daughter
there,
if you
sir.
want
Yes,
to control
sir. I'm
her.
talking to you, sir. Step
You look, you got some pent up rage. Want to take it out on a piece of metal?
right up and win it all.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
From a
come
rat-
on.
Sorry.
Come on, sir. Everyone wants a Blinky doll.
From a rack full of them, the
There you go. That's what Blinky looks like. Well, the mascot anyway.
Barker retrieves a furry purple doll with a large yellow eye for a face. He
Ah,
dangles
yes,
it in
this
front
thing
of Bill.
totally won't suck out your soul while you sleep, by the way. Just
Unlike tickling.
It kind of looks like it looks like what is it? It's what's that character, the Disney character? Alien.
Mike Wazowski.
Why does that? No, that doesn't look like Mike Wazowski. It's a whole other color. No. The alien dude. The
Stitch?
Yeah, it's like
That
Stitch.
doesn't look like
mixed with a
anything like
minion.
Stitch. It's purple.
No, it's blue. Anyways, that's Stitch mixed with a minion.
Oh, that's a cursed idea. Oh, welcome, Romain. Yeah.
It's always the doll.
And well, good point. I'm guessing that Starcade wants to have a doll line of all of the different deities at some point.
Because
Cthulhu.
dolls and
Isn't he
things being
beautiful?
cute helps. Well, I mean, for dolls, that's because people think their kids want dolls. That feeds into desire
Yeah, I
and love.
think Blinky just stole Wiggly's idea. Blinky was watching the whole time, but just like, I want to do that.
Hey, sir. You got a girlfriend?
And then
Boyfriend?
the answer to why they're
Mother?
all cute.
Look, it's already working. See, look at the comments. It's already
it's already
happening.
Because we all love cute things, and you can weaponize it.
Nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Third cousin twice removed.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
This is how it starts.
Daughter.
I think this like game person is like stalking. Like,
This is horrific.
Blinky doll.
I hate
What do
the
you say,
frame
do
this
I-
paused on. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Shoot, I was gonna take a
yeah.
picture, but it's gone. Your camera froze. It's just the most horrifying grin I think I've ever seen out of you.
I lost connection. But, oh well.
Sir?
we all know Jacob's secretly a demon.
Hmm. That's a Tinky Blinky Teletubbies. Oh dear.
Oh my god.
All right. What the hell?
Good man, smart man. But are you a strong man? Let's find out. $2 for a whack, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, this feels like me. If I was says was like, smart man, but are you a strong man? Let's find out. That seems like how I do my intros for Gacha Review.
Bill takes out his wallet and hands the barker $2. In return, the barker hands Bill an enormous mallet. It's heavy in his hands. Bill winds up and brings the mallet down as hard as he can on the game's lever. Pow! The lever flings a small puck up a tower towards a bell at the top. But Bill's swing must not have been very powerful because the puck doesn't even make it halfway up the tower.
Well, it's rigged, dude.
That is how those things work.
Oh, sorry, sir. It's harder than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
That's what she said.
Better luck next time.
Bill steps back and hands the mallet to the next person in line, a small child.
It's like that episode of
Here you are.
of What If, where like the casino, like the slot machine breaks and the money pops, like falls out, and then Howard goes, "Hey, that's not supposed to pay out."
Oh, little girl.
Whack! The child hits the lever and the puck shoots up the tower, ringing the bell with ease. Ding, ding, ding.
We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Here you are, my dear.
He hands the girl a Blinky doll. Bill watches. His brow furrows.
Hey, could I give that thing another shot?
Why, of course,
Give
sir.
it a
$2
shot.
for a whack.
Give it a shot.
Bill forks over the cash. He swings the mallet and does even worse than before.
Ooh, pathetic.
Dang.
I don't think you're supposed to be that mean.
Alice Pellet goes.
No, definitely not.
Staring
Yeah,
down
she's
the
a little
smoking
bit like,
barrel.
dang, that's
She's
mean.
just hit 3 bullseyes at a shooting gallery carnival game. The cowboy working the
Alice, you didn't tell me you like shooting. You never told me anything about yourself.
booth tips back his hat, impressed.
Woo! That's quite the eye you got there, cowgirl. Here's your prize.
He offers Alice a Blinky doll.
Yeah, I don't want that.
But what do you want, my dear?
What do you want, Paul?
Alice looks over
I
to
want the
find
love of my father. No, wait. No, I want the love of my life. What do I want? What is my character motivation?
If you're trying to be Paul right now, it's
a
Emma.
small old
Oh.
woman standing outside a fortune teller's shack. She smiles at Alice with a toothless grin, pointing to herself.
Madam Iris knows. Madam Iris sees all.
I
Oh,
do like the
God.
fact that her name is Iris, which is a part of an eye. That is a nice detail.
Isn't that also the center of the eye?
That's the pupil.
I mean, they say eyes are the windows of the soul, so.
Indeed, but this
That
this
is
whole
that is
place
what they
is-
say.
This whole place is called Watcher and it's themed after a creature called Blinky.
Wow.
Crystal balls! Crystal balls!
What?
No.
This lady cray cray.
Yeah.
From beneath her starry purple robes,
We only use tarot cards here.
Madam Iris reveals a familiar, fully intact iPhone. Alice's eyes go wide.
Phone.
Back at the strength tester, a frustrated Bill slams the mallet onto the lever with all his might. The puck hardly moves.
Oh, so sorry, sir.
Not
Another swing and
not desire and love being used as manipulation again, and another divine based.
I think in this case it's more pride, wounded pride.
Miss, you are a weak man, sir, a very weak man.
Dang.
Do you take credit cards?
Oh,
Not, of course, sir.
Oh,
Bill
God.
jams his card into the barker's
Yup.
hand.
Oh, no.
Charge it.
If he's gonna pay like $2 a time, that's gonna be some impressive surplus charges.
Until I win one of those goddamn dolls.
In Madam Iris's
Dude,
hut,
it's clearly not gonna let you win.
Yeah, honestly, I reckon they just change the settings for like when children do it.
Alice sits on a large pillow, scrolling through Instagram. She's
Something has changed. A message for you near the crystal ball.
furiously swiping past pic after pic of Deb, getting closer and closer to Ziggs. The two are dancing, then drinking, sharing a joint, blowing smoke.
I love thinking that this is just like she's scrolling through like one after the other, and it's just one person who's taking a picture of Deb and Ziggs like getting closer and closer together, like a flip book or something. It's like no. It's like that one like Roger Rabbit gag where like Jessica's playing patty cake with I can't remember the guy's name, and like it's like the picture gets faster and faster, becomes a flip book because he's like scrolling through all of the evidence
into each other's
Anyway.
mouths.
I knew it.
That isn't your smartphone. It's a trick. None of this is real. Or that isn't real.
Spit sprays from Madame Iris's toothless mouth as she cackles.
What are you laughing at?
Not what you wanted to see.
This is all your fault.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it's totally not Deb's fault for, you know, apparently
Cheating.
Yeah.
But it's not too late. Madame Iris has foreseen it. Leave now and you'll love me. Let me say.
Madame Iris has another solution for you. Pulls out a knife.
How?
You'll never make another mistake again.
See? He wants me to see this stupid parade.
You don't need him. You just need his car key.
Oh my
Going
god.
to ruin your life forever if you don't put an end to it now.
From beneath her robes, Madame Iris reveals a hunting rifle.
Isn't that life already ruined?
What?
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Oh my god, she's gonna kill her father.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. This is in America. I should have said gun. Yeah. Okay.
You were close enough.
I
We're
was
in
so-
America.
yeah.
Everyone owns a gun.
Of course.
Apparently.
I do like the idea of like a random witch showing up at the amusement park, and then she just moves her robe aside and hands you a rifle.
This is apparently the Midwest. Allegedly, some islands in the middle of them, but I don't know.
Offers it to Alice.
Oh, wait. Idea. Hold on, idea. I have a way to fix it. I know what happened. This universe is one, what was it? It was, I bet you Pangea just split either differently or faster. So now in one of the states, it's now just separated in a weird way that now it's just an island.
I guess. Madame Iris has a solution. Send some children after them. Refer to yourself as Majesty. You will reign any millennia. If people don't get that reference, that's, that's the reference for like my main channel that Bon is talking about here. And to the
you should get a white wig while you're at it.
Yes, and a white outfit that will actually turn into rainbow as the season continues. I would joke I don't have a cloak and that's stopping me, but I actually own multiple. Okay.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, give him a shot, yeah.
Oh my god.
Bill swings the mallet to no avail. He keels over, out of breath. The
Oh no,
puts a
he
hand on his
died.
shoulder.
Sir, I think you've had enough, sir.
See, even he's like, I'm growing a conscience now, sir. I mean, I might be a sleazy salesman, but I'm not a monster.
I can do it.
You've spent $400, sir.
Hold on, $400.
That's 200 tries.
Exactly. I was gonna, yeah.
You can buy one of these dolls in the gift shop for $49.95.
Of course. Of freaking course.
If he's got savings left, he can.
It's for my daughter.
Bill forces himself
You
to his
don't
feet.
have to win it like this. Also, why is that doll $40? Why is it so expensive?
So they get money?
Alice did say this was knockoff Disneyland, so I feel like that makes
The
sense.
mallet over his head. The barker turns
I
to
would
the
agree.
crowd that's formed all around.
Oh, he can't even do it for his daughter, ladies and gentlemen. No
Oh
wonder
my
she hates
God.
his
Oh my god! I guess he doesn't have a conscience. Jeez.
This is why I was saying this is wounded pride rather than.
Bill swings. The puck doesn't budge.
He's a failure as a father. He was. A
I
failure
love
as a
this
husband.
matter backstage.
Again, nothing.
Does this man know about his divorce? He just said he was a failure as a husband.
He's been a failure his whole fucking life. We know. We've been watching with a
I thought that was a bad word. Isn't that the same character who said that to Alice earlier?
1,000 eyes.
If you're right about it being,
trying to make him insane, I guess.
If you're right about it being all related to wounded pride, patronizing a teenage, actually no, it's 18, patronizing an adult who's just now become an adult by saying, "Oh, that's a bad word. You won't make me sad." That, you know, for her, that's very insulting.
That might be just like this man's particular tactic.
This time he sees Alice's head.
That same thing isn't going to affect Bill nearly as much.
Okay, well, seeing Alice's head, I've got to address that because that's what Nick just said. He sees Alice's head now.
Before he can stop himself, Bill smashes in his daughter's face with a bloody splat.
Oh my god!
Up the tower, dong! It hits the bell so hard the thing breaks right off.
We
Wow, it really was hard to like her, apparently.
have a winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's why I recognize that. I had that in my head, Watcher with 1,000 eyes constantly.
Is Trail to Oregon canon?
I think we've already asked this question before, and someone in the comments did say there was like an implication, or maybe it was like on Star Kids comments that they remember like Watchers with 1,000 eyes. There's been no concrete evidence apart from that one implication, so I don't think so. Hatchetfield was not a concept when Trail to Oregon was made.
No, but I mean, it could have been retconned.
Okay, I have a theory.
It could have been retconned. I don't know.
This park, the park's goal is to make them both go insane and they try to kill each other. And him using the mallet on his daughter's face is actually just an illusion his mind created. And the whole mallet thing was just priming him to be willing to kill her, much like the whole phone thing was getting Alice to be willing to kill her father, so they're gonna go try to kill each other next.
I think you just described the plot, Aiden.
Oh.
Gentlemen!
As the crowd...
It sure is a dysentery world. Honestly, you know what? I am more than happy to go back and watch Trail to Oregon. I was going to save that for like after the Hatchetfield saga. I was going to go through like Star Kid from the beginning and Tin Can Bros and all that stuff I've been told to watch. But
I mean,
am happy to
canon at this point, we may as well.
Well, you're set emphasis on the if there. I don't actually know. Nothing within like Trail to Oregon like contradicts Hatchetfield in any major way.
At least not any more than Hatchetfield itself does, I
If
imagine.
they mentioned, but there you go. If they mentioned dysentery, this is certainly canon. Well, we'll keep an eye out.
The crowd goes wild. Bill drops to his knees. He pushes the mallet from the lever where he could have sworn he saw Alice's face. There's nothing there. Bill breaks down.
Alice! Oh my god, what did I just do?
You won, sir. You're a strong man, sir. I'm proud of you, sir.
Oh.
I love you, sir.
What?
He leans in and tenderly kisses Bill's cheek.
Huh?
Give me my...
What? What?
I guess...
Okay,
I guess it's like every... Oh, I just remember, this is the same employee who, like, talked about, like, the hem of Alice's shorts earlier and then, like, said nice view. Yeah.
Oh.
Sir, I don't think your daughter needs
but,
a doll.
Yeah.
I think what she needs is a good, swift kick in the ass, sir. If you don't mind me saying so.
Or a mouse to the head.
She does need a reality check and potentially a different girlfriend, but you never know.
Yeah. Or her girlfriend needs to leave her because, geez.
I think she needs to leave Deb. I think that will be the best solution. If Deb leaves her, doesn't really like just.
No, Deb should leave her if Deb didn't cheat on her. Because, like, girl, if you think your partner's gonna cheat on you,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Alice's self-worth would go down the toilet if Deb left her after what she just saw.
That's what she is. Why, right now, as you're busting your ass for her, always for her, she is scheming. She's going to get away from you if you let her. You know what they say about little birds?
What are you gonna do? Like, kidnap her?
Have to clip their wings or they'll just fly away.
That's not healthy. That's not healthy.
Yeah, you know what they say about birds leaving the nest? They come back to peck your eyes out. That's the comparison here.
Parker helps Bill to his feet and puts the mallet in his hands. All around, the crowd watches, nodding, pleased.
The parade starts at 9. And we're all counting on you to be there, Bill. Make it a day worth watching.
I think that might be the first time that this guy said Bill's name. I mean, he knew a lot of details about him.
Yeah,
but
he also was saying a lot of stuff like, I know all this stuff about you, like, oh god.
And was dressed as
Waterworld's
Blinky
main
earlier.
street is dark and empty. The park
Yeah, I mean,
guests are
they
nowhere
did
to be
already say, hey, we've been watching you this whole time.
seen. Alice stands at one end of the street, the rifle in her hands.
Listen,
The other
I'm just
end,
saying, if you're gonna be stalking me, at least be hot. Okay? That's the bare minimum you can do.
I think Aiden also needs a reality check on a for a different kind.
Aiden, if there is a god in this world, I pray they're ugly just to spite you.
Listen, at least be hot if you're gonna stalk me, okay? Listen, if you're gonna try anything, at least be hot.
You hear that, Santa? No more of this seeing us while we sleep, okay?
Yeah.
Dragging the heavy
Are
mallet
you guys
behind
implying you don't like how Santa looks?
I'm implying I'm not attracted to Santa, and neither
Um,
and Aiden most likely isn't either.
Yeah,
Man,
no,
what
Santa not my
strange
type.
people! Everyone's attracted to Santa.
Oh god.
I know that Aiden likes older men, but not that much older, slightly older. I think. Is
Back,
his, like,
back
few
me
years.
up, chat.
A few
All right,
years
you all
older,
are in
like
Santa
maybe
Claus,
5
right?
max.
Come on, chat.
Not like 1,000 years older, or like 100 or something. Like, listen.
Couple
Too old.
hundred.
He spots
No.
Alice. The two stare at each other. Bill lifts the Blinky doll into the air.
I won you this.
Oh no.
On it.
I thought you'd say that.
Alice shoulders the rifle.
Oh
I
god,
want
they're
the
gonna.
keys to the car. And I want him now.
You know, you've ruined every vacation we ever had.
Oh
With your
dang.
whining and complaining. Every Christmas morning, every Thanksgiving dinner, every 4th of July, all of them sacrificed on the altar of your spoiled little ass.
Bang! The yellow eye of the Blinky doll in Bill's hand explodes into a mess of fuzz and stuff.
boom! It can't watch anymore. That's how they come to their senses.
Alice's gun smokes.
Next one goes through your eye.
Imagine if Madame Iris only gave her 1 bullet. She comes back, it's like, no! What have you done? Madame Iris didn't think you were this stupid.
Wait, she thought you would just shoot you. Shoot her.
Madame Iris made a very convincing sales pitch.
What do you mean? You hesitated.
What do you mean you're out of bullets?
The keys now, old man.
You were 2 inches away from him.
God, you're making him sound like Doofenshmirtz.
So we've seen some fucking fireworks.
I've got some fireworks for you. Right here.
All right. Time for some tough love.
Bang! Alice takes a shot at Bill. He jumps out of the way, tosses the Blinky doll, and grabs the mallet with both hands.
This is
Okay,
more
this is
ath-
one of
this
those
is
things
the-
that I wish we could see on stage.
This is the most athletic Bill has ever been in his entire life.
I would have
both
loved to
fought-
see this on stage. Hit like a duel between like a sword, like a hammer and a gun.
Yeah.
Mother and daughter run to attack. The electric lights
There's
flicker
there.
on,
I
illuminating
really hope people made animatics of this scene now.
Potentially. They've got the directions for it.
Main Street. Though it seemed empty in the dark, a crowd of hundreds lines the street to watch the fight with purple eyes. Blinky himself stands atop a gift shop and bellows.
Welcome to the show!
Bang! Bang! Alice fires at Bill. He dodges, ducking behind
Everyone
trash
loves a
cans
good
and
family
lampposts.
drama.
Blinky claps
Oh, yeah.
with fiendish delight. Bill reaches
Guys,
Alice.
get a hold of yourselves.
Blinky is trying so hard to be wiggly.
Listen, I'm just saying, guys, you gotta snap out of this and come to your senses. You have a gun, you can shoot Blinky in the face.
Yeah, also, Blinky, just saying, you don't have to do everything that Wiggly did. You know, you can be your own demonic entity.
Exactly.
Again, what if they're the same entity?
just taking on different forms.
Which
maybe.
feels like which it has increasingly more evidence.
I would love to see Bill kick above his head, just like his sensei. Yes. No, he's the sensei. Sensei Bill taught me it was possible.
Oh, I can picture him like doing like a kick above the head, like jumping and then like doing a whole like spin while in the air, swinging the hammer down with him.
That I'm not sure if poor Corey can do on stage.
No, but that'd be super cool.
That's sort of a movie adaptation of that.
The moment that Team Stark get asked to stunt doubles, I mean, who knows? Maybe I don't know Corey Doris in real life. Maybe he is secretly also a stunt double. I don't know. I'm just going to assume that's not the case for now.
Swings the mallet and knocks the rifle from her hand.
Shit!
The gun goes skidding under a park bench. Alice dives for it. Bill
What do you mean you dropped a gun? You know they say who brings a sword to a gunfight? This man has a mallet. Madam Iris is very disappointed in you.
Madam Iris is wondering why you didn't just back up.
How hard is it to kill someone with a gun? A gun's way easier.
Why would you charge? The whole point of a ranged weapon is that you have range.
Bill lumbers after her.
Madam Iris also works
I'm not
on the
gonna hurt
shooting
you.
range.
Yeah, that's her regular job. You know, Watch the World is a side gig.
I'm just gonna break your goddamn legs. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you good.
Wait, what?
Well, you're gonna have to be the driver now, aren't you, Bill? Get yourself to Shirley Temple.
Leave me alone!
Alice reaches for the gun. Bill swings down the mallet, cracking the bench into splinters.
I just want you to need me.
Get a hobby, dude!
Alice seizes the rifle and jabs the butt.
I think you both need some time apart. Jesus.
Yes.
Button falls forward. She takes off into the direction of.
Apparently, Alice wanted to live with Bill if the possessed Alice from Guiding Light Musicals is to be believed. That might have been a lie, but if it wasn't a lie, this would have happened long ago.
Blinky's Funhouse. Soon.
Again,
Of
if
course,
that's
it's a
even the
fun
same
house.
Alice.
Of course, it's a fun house battle.
Bill hobbles.
Well, I mean, it's this. Okay,
It's
I
an
say it's the same.
amusement park. Every time you go to an amusement park, you gotta have something in a fun house.
Inside, in slow pursuit of Alice. He finds himself in a darkened maze of mirrors. He limps along, calling out,
Alice.
Come out to play.
God, he's gonna do a full-on shining.
Pretty much.
Bang! Smash! A line of mirrors shatter to pieces, revealing the hidden Alice. She took the shot but missed.
Damn it.
There you are.
Alice takes aim, but Bill reaches her before she can get in another shot. He swings his mallet. Alice rolls from its path. Smash! Another mirror explodes into a shower of broken glass.
Oh my
Alice
God.
drops the rifle to shield herself from the falling shards. She looks up to find Bill looming over her.
Okay, you're gonna stop
Sweetheart, California. Love that.
running from me. I'll make you stop running. Hold your
That's
legs
not
still.
that's not how you get people to stay with you. You don't hurt them.
No, exactly. You gotta be soft, persuasive. Would you like to play with me, lovely girl, lovely girl?
The mallet above his head. But before he brings it down, he catches himself in the mirror.
He's about to do the same thing that he did on the mallet on the strength test, and now he can't bring
He
himself
sees
to.
his own furious reflection.
'Cause of course.
Purple glint in his eyes.
They did they get this from Gumball? There was an episode of The Amazing World of Gumball where Nicole has a massive freak out and then eventually catches about to, like, you know, attack her family. Then she sees herself in the mirror behind them. It's like, what have I done? Like, still with like her deep voice sometimes.
He stops.
It's probably a coincidence.
He looks down at his daughter.
Which is a similar gag to
She's breathing.
SpongeBob whenever he sings.
I suppose SpongeBob also has that one time that Patrick becomes king of his own reflection.
Heavily.
Well, because whenever SpongeBob sings, he gets like a weirdly deep voice every time.
I'm not referring to that. I thought you were talking about like the rest of the Nicole freak out.
No,
thing.
no, I mean
Okay,
the
fine.
deep voice.
Okay, fine. I mean, yeah. Admittedly, I've only heard like SpongeBob sing a little bit in English because I used to have a CD was like half in Spanish, half in English. But
Yeah, the only
yeah.
song I can really think off the top of my head where his voice actually stays consistent is Rope to My Pants. And even then I'm not even sure if that happened. That might just be my brain autofilling.
There's a song called Employee of the Month, which might not be from an actual episode, might just be CD exclusive, but yeah. That sounds like regular SpongeBob. Anyway.
What are you waiting for, sir? Only $2 for a whack.
In a nearby
I'll give you $2. Boom.
mirror, the barker appears, his purple eyes glowing. In another, the ticket taker.
I gave you the child price, sir. Take care of her, Daddy.
Come on, Papa Sniggle. Whack that snuggle bug.
The Sniggles now fill the mirrors around Bill, chanting, "Whack her,
Whack her, whack her, whack her."
Angela's just nodding because she doesn't have a character that has in this situation.
Fucking whack her, dude! The Sniggles and Craig and the barker and the ticket taker roar, demanding blood. And Bill drops the
Yeah, that's big roaring, guys.
Yeah.
He kneels by his daughter.
Don't peek the microphone.
She's having a panic attack. It's alright, Alice.
That flub line actually feels natural.
Look at me, sweetheart. Look at me.
She looks into his kind brown eyes.
As they turn purple, it's Blinky. He brings the mallet down. Anyway.
Oh my god.
And she takes aim, bam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, she has like Lester's power from Black Friday. She could like summon guns from the black and white.
You weak man. That's not how it's done, sir. This is an amusement park, but not for your amusement.
This is
Well, you did give me a hammer, and she does have a gun, so you better be ready.
Bill, everything that happens here is for his amusement. And Blinky can't stand this contrived, sappy-dappy bullshit!
Dang. Kind of rude, Mike.
Blinky is like my university teachers. The ones that wanted to know the point of Siren story even after I told them.
Sniglet nods with a swollen, bloody mouth. Sniglot screams.
Hey, Sniglot, I got a hammer.
Spit flies from Madame Iris's toothless scowl.
Blinky wants blood. And
The Spitfire's like
Oh.
hits the mirror because he's like on the other side of it.
You know,
so no
I
one can see her.
You know, I can give you blood with the mallet.
This is true. In
Your
fact, I'm bleeding right now. I don't have to use the mallet. There you go.
guts?
And he will have them, sir. He'll take them if he needs to. He's always watching. But I guess sometimes that's not enough. Goodbye, sir.
All around.
I thought you loved me.
For a
You
moment,
said
there's
it.
nothing
This is true.
in the mirrors, but blackness. Endless blackness. Then, smash! Mirrors all shattered, and Blinky comes running at Bill, madly, wildly. Then, bang! Blinky stops dead in his tracks. He reaches up to the
Shouldn't
bullet
have gone.
hole in the middle
I
of his
called
yellow
it, baby.
Don't give her a gun. She will kill you with it.
Yeah, Who brings a cryptic monster to a gunfight?
Alice holds the smoking rifle in one hand and flicks off the mascot with the other.
Too bad I can't see anymore because he shot her
Ah,
directly
yeah.
in the eye.
Blinky.
Which is what she said originally, because you weren't here, Aiden. She said that to the cameras at one point.
She throws the gun to the floor as
What
Blinky
happened to the
cries
girl?
in
She
pain.
has to be behind some of this.
Sorry, which little girl are you referring to?
The
Sniglet?
Yeah, Sniglet.
I don't think she was behind any of this because she doesn't even agree to it in the first place.
Yeah, but also she had a whole musical sequence, was important for a couple minutes, and then vanished out of nowhere. No way. She has to be behind some of this.
Yeah, well, I think the point was like, to have like an on-stage foil for Alice, because as soon as Sniglet stood up to Blinky, what happened? She got a jaw caved in. And meanwhile, here we are with two people defying Blinky, and going against it, and here we are. Something's going to happen.
I guess I just miss her being killed.
Well, we never see her die because
I mean,
that's when
maybe
the whole
tortured somewhere.
emergency thing happened.
Sludge starts spilling out. It sprays everywhere. It flows like a slimy river. Soon the purple ooze fills the mirror
Wow, I was kidding before when I said like the torrent of crying, but there you go.
maze, catching Bill and Alice in its current. They reach for each other.
Dad?
Alice!
The purple goo floods the funhouse, pushing Bill and Alice outside with massive, oily waves. They're
Ew.
carried by this river of slime down Main Street, through the Washer World entry arcade, past the main gates, and into the parking
Todoramic
lot.
slime.
Bill and Alice tumble to the ground as the purple glue.
And wasn't Snig that just mentioned being there watching Happy with Brokejaw? I know she was watching, but I don't remember saying happily. Someone could have been talking over it. I don't know.
Flows past them, dispersing into the surrounding woods. Bill looks to his daughter, jostled and covered in slime. He shakes his head and asks,
Can I break your legs?
Alice holds out her hand, and Bill drops the car keys into it. She presses the button on the fob.
Now she's got what she wanted. She's going to leave him there.
In the distance, they hear a soft beep beep.
You're not fooling me. This is not the happy ending. I can see the time. I can see the time bar. Admittedly, this was done as a live stream, so people would not know that. But still.
Bill sits behind the wheel of his AMC Pacer, driving south.
Oh, and this is the "Why does it hurt to love you" thing from that Alice sang in. I don't remember.
South through the Hatchetfield Witchwoods. He glances over to the passenger seat, where Alice sits staring at her phone.
What you looking at?
I thought Bill doesn't question the phone at this point. It's like, sure, that might as well happen. That might as well still exist.
I mean, you fought a demonic entity, both got kind of mentally manipulated into almost killing each other, you know. I mean,
Exactly.
At this point, I wouldn't question things that heavily. I'd be like, you know what? It's been weird enough.
Exactly.
I won't cry.
Alice finishes what she was doing and tosses her phone into the back seat and rolls over to get some sleep. Bill's phone pings with a new notification. Alice Woodward started following you.
Oh.
He smiles and drives his daughter home.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, maybe it is the ending because
Maybe
we've
there's
now
another
reached...
story.
I maybe this is like the after party, like where they talk about what just happened.
The drama, though. I actually really like that.
Oh no, never mind. We got one more song.
Cause the world might surprise you again and again and again.
I love it with the black and white filter. Jeff's eyes look like mine. Actually, Jeff's eyes look like
They
mine.
look like
just
black.
endless
They just look
voids.
like black dots.
Mhm. Jeff's eyes are literally black and white.
You should get those colored contacts and just make one of his eyes white. So that way it's one black and one white.
There you go. I love that song written by Jeff Bloom because then he got one for that one. Matt DeHaan, that was it. Okay. I got the wrong Matt C, written by Nick and Matt Lang, written by Matt DeHaan. There you go. I saved someone the effort of commenting. There you go.
Oh, I know it's hard when you're curfew and you panic inside and shut in. You've got to look inside of yourself.
Wait, was anyone else in that theme park besides them? Like any other civilians, or was it just the mind-controlled people? Or like,
How do you
who
think
run
people
it?
got there?
Yeah, that's a fair question. I think Blinky chose them, and the BB singled out in this when like when like it saw the discussion that was happening at the top of the tearjerker, and that's why they were singled out. Not it could have been any of the people who were in the.
But what happened to
in the
everyone else,
customers.
though?
But yeah,
What happened to everyone else, though? Like,
it's live improvised music.
Everyone else got mind control.
Yeah, I mean, is the music improvised? Because a lot of it is recognizable as some of the same tracks as have been seen in previous Hatchetfield installments. Maybe the rest of it is improvised. I'm not sure. You know, this must be very. This must be a cathartic moment for Jeff because he can finally harmonize with himself.
But they'll never see how we can see through it.
I will say, as someone who has recently edited a full a choir of people recorded remotely, yeah, my harmonies with myself were the easiest things to pull to pull off in that process.
1,000 eyes are watching, and they're watching you, and they're watching me.
Yeah, you only just missed it. Sorry. One final song though. Oh wow, more people show up now. Turnip Crazy is here. I will say, I guess I miscalculated because on YouTube it tells you the best times to post. It says the best time to post for us is midnight my time, which was like 35 minutes ago. We started this 2.5 hours ago because it says, oh, post earlier. But then it was like, oh, that probably doesn't apply to live streams, does it? Anyway.
I loved that part of story just because like the drama element of it and like it just was interesting to me. And I find that those kind of stories be interesting. Especially because I like stories with like mind control involved and like the manipulation. I think that those stories are interesting.
So are you afraid of something specific like chat here? Because I was talking about something completely different.
No, I was just talking about the story as a whole.
Oh, okay, right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a chat because
You
sometimes
weren't missing anything there. I was just saying a general thing with me.
All right. Speaking of chat, Turnip Crazy says, my interpretation is that there are real people here, but Blinky alters how people see reality there. So when what Bill and Alice see is different from how others see. That is very possible. It's like the mist in Percy Jackson.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that.
I think it's like he has the leitmotifs provided to him and has to use them when appropriate and figure out to create music to fit the vibe. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I do wonder, like, obviously there needs to be like some element of rehearsal before this actually happens. Unless like everyone happens to be reading from a teleprompter script kind of situation, which on Zoom is entirely possible, but it doesn't feel like they are. So I think they might have like practiced this a little bit beforehand rather than just like, you know, just wing it necessarily. Anyway. You can start notifying better when streams start. Yeah, actually, because
that's a pretty common complaint about YouTube. Yeah.
The only trick to discovering it actually is that streams will be you're notified like half an hour earlier if you've got the stream ready for it. But that's the only thing I can really do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can always.
I mean, I guess we can make community posts, like especially when we're live. Maybe I don't know.
Make sure to click
Even
that
then,
bell.
like,
You know, that'll hopefully help.
I give community posts with a timestamp. It won't be the ideal situations. It's 1:35 a.m. for me. Oh, it's 12:30. It's 12:37 a.m. for me. So yeah, close enough.
It's 6:37 p.m. for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm still questioning Robert Mannion's costume. It never came up in this. Or was that just like his actual clothes? I never see if like in casual wear, so maybe that's what he actually wears normally.
I like to imagine him just walking down the street, and you're like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And you're talking. You're like, "So what costume are you wearing?"
My normal clothes.
Romy, something.
Well, have a good night.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right. I think that's the ending. I think they're gonna be like,
All right, guys.
Yeah.
There you go. That was the first episode of Nightmare Time.
Biden president.
that's the real night. I'm kidding. All right.
Oh. Yeah, it is though. It kind of is.
I had to stop myself because I remember the alternative.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
That's
mean-
fair. It was either Biden or Trump. There was no winning on that one.
There was no great alternative.
But yeah, precisely. All right. I believe in Watchworld on just normal clothes because he wasn't in. Yeah, I didn't know that going in. I thought like that's like such a contrast. I was like, this is definitely like another character that's gonna come in. I don't know. That being said, that being said, I mean he's got some gains that don't come across as Professor Hitchens.
Oh,
Gotta
did someone
appreciate
say
that.
gains?
Yeah, look at him, top right.
Oh, dang.
There we go.
Anyways, yeah.
Watch what most of the best music in Nightmare Time 1. It has the most music. Like again, like the credits for 8 Man were just like song written by Jeff Blim rather than the multiple ones. They had like several almost back to back in Watch Your World. Which, yeah, definitely feels like the Star Kid of old, except for, like, the gaps between them. I think that's probably, like, my only complaint with this, like, space those out a little bit more. But then again, I guess there was no other place to put Sniglet's soliloquy, I suppose, other than right after the rest of the Sniggles do their introduction. Very short show now I think about it. But anyway... I hope she decides to board that Sniggle train whenever she wants and whatever
That
else she
Sniggle
talked about in that
train.
song. Yeah, something along those lines. All right. Well, that was an interesting one. I feel like I think I enjoyed this one more than 8 Man. Can't really say why specifically. Maybe just because again,
I like the family
songs.
drama, okay?
Okay,
I feel like this had cooler moments than 8 Man, but I think I liked 8 Man as a story more than this one.
But
8 Man does have Professor Hitchens, so that is an advantage for it.
But like the whole thing,
Any story of Professor Hitchens immediately gets bumped up a little bit.
The whole thing of me and like the whole family drama angle is it's fun, but also it's kind of nice to watch a fictional family drama because real life drama I hate, but fictional drama I like.
I think that's probably why a lot of people enjoy that so much.
Real.
I think that's why people enjoy entertainment, man. I don't want to be in war, but man, do I love Private Ryan.
They get to see someone else suffer instead of them and not have the guilt of it being a real person. Which is why, honestly, that might explain Twitter, except for the whole real person thing. That is one step beyond.
That's fine. Isn't it? I don't know. Haven't studies shown that like once you're online, you have less inhibitions because you can't see the person.
There is that. I was more referring to the motivation to do so rather than like what would lead you to the lack of obstacles in your own mind. I love that's more than watching Hitchens and Ted being villains. That's a fair point. I mean, Ted being antagonistic or out for himself, that makes sense. But Professor Hitchens, yeah, that might be that's probably it, honestly. Like, I mean, yes, he does have a turn for the worse in Guiding Light musicals, but that's specifically because he views that as like the way to achieve world peace and also get working boys out.
I think it's just because for this, I felt like Watcherworld was too. It felt like it could have been fit into one of the other two main musicals.
It's an hour and 20 minutes long.
Yep.
I would not watch a musical that was like that long, even if it was by Star Kid. I think I would have to take a break.
If they shoved it in one of the other two, it would feel pretty normal. I think it didn't feel. I don't know, something about it didn't feel as original as 8 Man was.
I guess Blinky being inserted into like Black Friday or something, he's trying to ride Wiggly's coattails. Can't convince me otherwise. So yeah.
Instead of sending a nuke in there, they just like send Blinky in there, and they can just have like a war between the gods.
Yeah, like President Goodman is there trying to negotiate peace in the black and white, and then just like you see like 1,000 eyes or something. It's like, that's not relevant to me. He just likes to watch and get ideas. Please keep talking, Mr. Prezi-Wez.
Oh no, he could be like, look, I need you to stop harming Earth, all right? And he's like, or else what? And he's like, or I'll have to call out my friend. And you just see like 1,000 purple eyes glow in the darkness.
I'm not sure
right behind him.
I'm not sure if Wiggly would be a fan of having all of his ideas get stolen or not. Maybe it depends. Maybe the deal.
No, that's why I'm saying. I'm saying like, what SWAT dude or whatever could, your army guy. I forget his actual name.
Oh, General McNamara.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can picture him like Joe going in there and then being like, look, if you don't stop, I'm gonna send another god in here, and we're just gonna have him usurp you. We're just gonna see what happens. So unless you want to play those odds, then
Blinky would not be on the human side. Oh no, I'm very aware.
I'm not saying that he would be. What I'm saying is he would be on a selfish side.
If anything, we found out now why he wouldn't be on the human side.
Yeah, I'm not saying he would support humans for humans. I'm saying he would support humans for the throne.
Yeah, and for like personal gain, is like, for amusement, of course. Oh well, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out next time when we go back to Nightmare Time, or maybe we'll Actually, that probably is the best way to do things. Now that I think about it, instead of going through all of Nightmare Time, actually, wait, I have to calculate this. There's a possibility that I might try to like sneak in like a Star Kid musical in between the different Nightmare Times, but I'm thinking there might actually be too many Nightmare Times for that to happen.
Well, there's also still the mechanisms.
Oh yeah, the mechanisms, and then
So
that's entirely different. I'm talking about specifically about like Star Kid content, or I guess Tin Can Bros. I can add those too. I don't know. I'll have to figure out how many there are and like calculate that a little bit later. Maybe we'll do like one in between each time, because between like Nightmare Time now we also did like VHS Christmas Carol, but yeah, we'll see, because Nightmare Time 2, actually, I looked on TV Tropes, and it comes before Nerdy Prudes, which means we have a lot of stuff to get through before Nerdy Prudes even happens. So before we complete the trilogy that started this whole process in the first place.
Well,
I was like, hey, I'm going to show BB like the part that has lore first, and see how we can like dig our toes into that one. Boy, was that a mistake.
No, I'm only mentioning the mechanisms because, I mean, if we're calculating how much we could do in between to make it still, so that way, like, we don't get burnt out or anything.
Oh yeah, we can do other streams and other content. Yeah, we can do like Most Popular Girls in School Live or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
that would require us somehow getting Shorty on stream though.
Well, they apparently say with 1 day's warning, with no schedule, that they can be here. But I don't know about
yeah,
that.
Okay, but that assumes they're gonna respond.
Yeah, admittedly, I've not seen evidence of this to verify its validity.
Neither have I.
That was the statement that was provided to me, so that's what
why not give it a shot?
I have.
This is true.
I have historically tried scheduling things with him, and then what ends up happening is he sleeps through it.
Okay, yeah. I've done it with Aiden too, actually. But I will say one thing to people that I don't know when is the next time I go to stream on this channel. My main channel, I've got a stream tomorrow, but then after that, we've got a guest who's going to be using this room, and we don't know for how long.
Oh, you can put him in the gerbil cage.
Sure, but which means we won't have I don't know when next time I'm going to go live, but we can do pre-recorded stuff. So yeah, we'll go back to that. I do, in fact, have
Or-
another what if cooking. So for this channel, we will, you'll have stuff to do. We'll have stuff to see. Yeah.
Or Aiden.
Or we could work on secret project.
Sure, I can just sure, I can just tell the audience here to not invest their time in checking this channel because we're working on something else. Yeah,
There'll be
that's
a what
gonna be-
if,
what
but
a
we-
great
we-
what
we
a
also-
great sales pitch here that
No,
you just
but-
completely.
Listen, okay, that's not what I meant. But there is a secret project that we've been talking about.
Yes,
I
and
don't know if that's a
we can
secret
do
anymore.
that.
We can
and
just
do
announce
that.
it.
Aiden, we can do that regardless of whether I stream or not, because we do that during the day. The
Oh,
reason I
yeah.
stream at this time is because that's the peak hours for the main channel and before the peak hours for the Butter Bunch. That's why I chose it.
Cool.
When we talk about pre-recorded content, we can do that whenever we like.
Oh yeah. Anyways.
No,
Jacob,
go on.
you know
Anyways,
I'm a
what?
guy stupid.
No, go on, Aiden. No, I'm tired of you doing the segue. Go on. Anyways, what, Aiden? What else do you have to segue to,
Nothing.
Aiden?
You know what?
Anyways, what?
Let's talk about how a lot of the people on Team Star Kid to me are very hot.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about that. How about you get the
At
ball
least
rolling
that's
for us?
relevant to
How
the
about
subject
you get the
matter.
ball rolling for us, Aiden?
Okay, so especially when the guy was doing his little like carny act, like oh my god, like ooh.
So that was like,
Oh,
Jay,
no.
it was like, oh yes, you're a very weak man, sir. Like that one.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then he's like, oh, you know, I love you. It's like, listen. I mean,
So
it's like degrading, but also lovingly. I don't know. Listen.
Hold on, you found him hot when he was degrading Bill, but not when he
No.
said he was showing
No,
affection.
both. No, I found it hot.
Oh,
enough.
okay.
Listen.
Okay.
Aiden's revealing
that
his
is-
type for us right now.
Listen.
That is
mental
officially
issues.
50%. That is 50% better than I was expecting.
Aiden's revealing his type. It's really attractive when I get to watch him degrade Bill.
No, I
And
want to be the
immediately
one
get
being
praised.
degraded. Okay,
Yeah,
I want to be the one there.
And let's be degraded and then immediately praised and loved afterwards.
Look,
But
okay,
the second
like-
he gets
it's
praised, but the second he
but,
gets
you know.
praised, I get turned off.
So
It's
Aiden likes
contradictory
likes
for me.
those mixed messages.
I
mixed
don't know. For me, it's
messages.
contradictory, but it's just kind of how I am. It's just like, ooh.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What you're
all right.
describing is BDSM and then good aftercare.
Okay.
Maybe.
You guys feel like I'm part of my nightmare. I'm feeling the nightmare right now. All right.
Go on. Who did you find hot, Jacob?
I was gonna say let's keep the ball rolling. If we talk about me, it's like I don't know.
Like, okay, so you see it.
Oh, rolling. You're so right. Who did you find
You
attractive?
see the guy in the right-hand corner and the guy next to him. Like, look at their arms.
Hang on, let me try and picture this in my. Oh, that's right. We have a visual
The
representation
people
right here.
on top, the top left. The two people on the top left.
Okay, so Rob Manning we've already covered because I talked about him earlier, and then Matt Duran, as I've now seen the
know,
credits.
right?
There we go.
Man. And like
Matt Duran, what a man!
what a
What a man indeed. No, for me, the hunkiest of all the men in this general vicinity is gonna be beard dude here in the bottom left that I can't remember the name of.
Oh,
Jeff
that
Grimm.
guy.
Yeah, Jeff.
I mean, I do see it. but
He has an aura of chaos and also a nice beard that I can really get behind.
beards are nice, you know, but like at the same time, I don't know. Like I just need to see like some form of dominance from him. Like I haven't seen any real dominance.
I wish I knew.
You got to see a form of dominance in the first musical.
Yeah, General John McNamara. He's in both of them as an army general.
Maybe.
Oh,
wait, would I get to wear it?
his
Does he have extra uniforms I can wear for roleplay reasons?
I I'm not sure. I think that would probably go against regulations for him to take their uniform back.
If you love him enough, you might be able to just join the ranks for real.
One, they would never let me. I had surgery on my wrist. There's literally metal on my wrist, and it doesn't even, and it's a lot stiffer than my other wrist.
Good, they can use you as a magnetic thing to like launch at people.
Don't. What?
I don't
We
want
need to
everyone
get
to
rid of the tank. Just starts launching it, and he'll just magnetize to it.
I don't
Men,
magnetize.
we're out of ammunition.
It's like an angry bird.
Private Aiden, give me a hand. Okay, load and fire.
Dang. Anyways,
it's red from the Angry Birds.
Also, the dad in the musical, French kiss moi.
No, he wasn't the one French kissing.
No,
that was a different character.
Nah, he needs a new wife. So I mean,
I've heard of male wife, but this is a whole other. This is a different thing.
I'm not okay. Okay, I'll be house husband. House husband. I will put on a wig to attract him. Then he'll realize how great I am and not care. Listen, I'm.
Just grow a mullet and suddenly you're enough of a woman for him. Yeah, that's how much effort you need to put into that. Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen.
All right, are we finally done with this list?
Yeah, we're done. Those are all
Are you sure you're not into Nick Lang at the top left? We're gonna get like a full bingo row going on at the top there.
haven't
Is anyone in chat into top left? Top left. We need a bingo. Top left. Anyone?
I haven't seen enough of him, and honestly, he gives off like twink vibes. And like, listen, not my thing. Twinks ain't my thing.
Yeah, you're one to talk.
I'm not a twink.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I thought you said they weren't your thing.
Oh no, I'm not attracted to them, but like, I'm also not a twink. Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm too pudgy.
Dang it! We just have another bottom. We just have another bottom right.
Oh wait, hold on. Is there a requirement to be a twink? They have to be skinny. Is that part of the prerequisite?
Yes, you have to be skinny and hairless.
I disagree. Hold
on.
I
see.
That is the thing. You have to be young, skinny, and hairless. That's the whole.
What do you mean hairless? What? No.
Balls.
Yeah, no one. They are not all
okay,
balls.
No,
what
you
are
have
you
to
talking
be.
about?
No, okay. They're shaved from the. They're shaved from the neck below.
Oh.
That's
wait. So wait. That means they can have beards.
Yeah, but they normally don't because again, that kind of goes against the younger-looking aesthetic that a lot of twinks go for. It's just how it happens.
And yes, Nick Lang is the one I'm asking, only because of the bingo line. That was the joke I was making.
Is anyone at all into him?
I have seen Hurley Musical Batman, and I have also seen him in Annie as Pappy. So I've at least seen a bit more of him. I'm also straight, so that does not matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's okay. You know what that means, Jacob?
What does it mean? I'm
we got a bingo! Woo! Let's go!
What? Because I've seen him in other things.
You said you were into him.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
I heard it.
I think we need to get your hearing checked.
I can rewind the video.
Can you?
No, because we're live, and I can rewind it later when the VOD loads.
Yeah, whenever no one can see.
Right.
I see what you're trying to do, Jacob.
Okay.
You're just trying to hide the evidence. See, Spanx has the right idea. Bingo!
Yeah.
Wouldn't bingo have to be for Aiden? Because that's who you were talking about before.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yes, it
Or
would
is
have been.
it if like, or is it like if one of us says it?
Well, you're the one who were like, okay, does anyone in chat? So I think at that point, that was willing, that was able to be part of it.
All right, then
Right.
fine, BB. Who's on your list then?
I already told you, bottom left.
Okay, all right, fine. I thought like what if there's anyone else?
No.
Okay, you're loyal. I understand that.
BB wants to snuggle. BB wants to snuggle with a man with a beard.
You're a more loyal woman than Deb is.
Who was making out with Ziggy apparently.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
no
or
one tell
Ziggs.
Shorty.
Dang.
Oh, that's
well.
yeah.
I mean, I guess we're well.
You're loyal, but don't tell Shorty.
Yeah, that's yep. You got it.
Listen, when's the wedding with Shorty? By the way,
we already had one.
Oh,
We've been married for years.
Years, dang. Okay, fine. Then when's your honeymoon?
Again, already had it.
Okay, fine. When's your anniversary? Jeez.
When is our anniversary?
Oh no.
Oh god, it's that trope. It's that trope where someone in a romantic relationship in a sitcom forgets the anniversary.
Don't worry, I know the
But
anniversary.
The other partner's like, oh yeah. Oh, do you know what today is? Oh, remember today? It's so important to me. Your birthday?
This is actually another thing I was considering whether or not we should start reacting to Studio C at one point, because Studio C have a sketch that is like that, but obviously I also like a ton of other things. I've gone through several phases of Studio C content in the past where I consumed them relentlessly. So yeah, maybe that. Any Studio C fans in the chat? Oh no, tomorrow's the
Never heard of
anniversary.
it.
I was there
sure.
when BB confessed. I was there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it happen, man.
I was there watching. I was in the bushes.
By the way, to answer your question, Spanx, it's a how many years? The answer would be about 3 or 4.
Maybe
depending
6.
on when the anniversary happens, if it's 3 or 4 or not.
You know.
I mean, the pair of them sort of. I was gonna say the pair of them met in like 20. They met in 2019, but they didn't really start talking properly until like January 2020. So yeah, it became 4 years of them knowing each other, but not necessarily getting close. Depends.
It was love at first sight.
Of
course, I vaguely, one might argue is like that to Shorty, my cheating whore wife. Whenever she
Are you saying that because
Harry?
Are you saying that because he had a boyfriend at the time in January 2020?
No, he was into a homeless guy that he invited into our home, and for the longest time he insisted, no, wait me, yeah, don't worry, I'll pay the bills later.
Because I'm in another home. But that's where okay.
And then I was like, no, you love the home. You're cheating on me. And for the long time, no, I would never do that, honey. Oh, I hate you. Why don't you ever give me attention and pay no more? And so I was all like, well, maybe I'd give you more attention in bed if you stop cheating on me with the guy so often. And then, lo and behold, a little bit later, guess who finally hooks up? Thankfully, I got my lying wife back, and oh my god, can I tell you guys how much I love him? Oh,
this is why Bill doesn't like
husband.
Deb.
By the way, replace all the time I said wife with husband. I've done this bit so many times with the other dynamic.
Male wife,
male wife, guys.
I made that whole bit, and this is the first thing that I see in chat. Another banger by Jacob Butter from the Butter Months.
Yeah,
That's
that was from the guy who didn't like musicals. I did not make that up.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I really appreciate how I had that whole bit in bedtime fun was one of them, and then the first thing I see is another banger by Jacob Butter.
Isn't that like a metaphor for this channel? How everyone thought that I was the only person running it for a long time.
And the Butter Bunch. That's a good point. Hold on, guys.
I think these Star Kid reactions have actually like really introduced people that like the rest of the audience.
Yeah,
so
people, guys. I existed this whole time.
They brought like a whole new audience in that aren't like into Dragon Ball. or not
Yeah.
specifically anyway. So, and yeah, it feels much more egalitarian than the other stuff.
Jacob and
Yeah.
his clones, VB and Aiden.
That's a very defective clothing process.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, one ended up being a woman, the other ended up being very gay. And white.
Well, so, yeah,
Well,
one of
actually,
them
they're both white.
They're talking to himself.
You lost all the black in you. I think you're
yeah,
like
one of them ended up like identifying as a woman. That was part of the clone process we didn't like fully finalize. We had to align those two things.
We deformed the brain a little bit to be we put the positioning in wrong, and now they just got dysphoria.
There you go. Yeah, we didn't add enough estrogen into the process, and that's why you're gonna have HRT soon.
Yeah,
that's the law. And meanwhile, Shorty the other way around fluctuates. Anyway, all right.
What happened with Shorty is that we kept, after enough direct failures, Jacob got tired of the failures and just kept on trying to fix it with Shorty, and we just haven't been able to figure out the true secret to cloning yet. And so he just keeps trying different like combinations.
Every time Shorty's gender fluidity comes in, that's because I'm like applying new chemicals to try and balance the formula.
That's what it is. He's just adjusting things, guys. Don't worry.
I think this conversation is what is going to get this channel cancelled in like some years' time. This is going to be taken entirely out of context in some way. I'm just calling it now. That's my biggest.
I'm hoping the fact that the people making these jokes are LGBTQ+ will hopefully save us from being canceled.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm praying.
Again, that's if people know.
Yeah, because otherwise we have an awkward conversation
Who
about
wouldn't know
it's been like 6 years.
Be honest, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, like after ranking the Starkid members and mentioning only male participants, yeah, I think people have clocked on, at least as far as you go. Okay. The clones are the fuel with the gender fluid. I love that. That is
I love it, yeah. It's
that
so
is
good.
the best. Yeah. Yeah, prepare your apology video. We'll think of one. That's our Nightmare Time episode. Is us making a YouTube apology. It's just the nightmare situation of like being, oh my goodness, a horror movie about being cancelled online.
Oh my god. I can see like a really I can see like actually a horror person making that. Like someone like Onision makes a video like that, like a horror movie about someone being canceled falsely, and then he uses it. He uses it as an example. He uses himself as an example. It's like, I was wrongly canceled. It's like, really, are you though?
That's pretty good too. If you make like the monster an analogy of like YouTube, like viewers or comments or whatever. The fluctuating between happy and angry and just the different personalities can really go hard.
I tell you what. Yeah, I tell you what. A musical idea that I just had. If we do something like if we do something akin to Nightmare Time at one point, we should have it so that one of us like plays like the YouTuber who's going to be cancelled, but we also get to like play several videos in restream.
I like how you say that as if we don't know who that is going to be. If anyone is going to get it canceled on YouTube, we all know it's going to be me.
I mean, okay, but also it's acting.
Not because I really did anything bad, but because I simply don't hold my tongue and I say so many random things that you could take any 10-second clip, post it to some unknown thing, and it'll do the job just fine.
I mean, I've been making videos for 10 years, so I'm sure someone could do that with me if they dig far back enough.
Far back. It's like whenever people would be like, "Oh, Dan TDM swore," whenever they go back like years in the past.
Oh, the click said like some random stuff in videos like on the past, and that's actually
I've seen people also make videos of Aphmau swearing. Like some of her newer fans like posted clips from videos where she actually swore before. It's like,
most of this is still public.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like she's been around the block. What do you think? Half the YouTubers
She's
who've
been around the block.
Listen,
She
half,
has.
half the YouTubers who've been around for like 7+ years, like pre-2015, swore a lot in their original videos. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
Because YouTube didn't care as much then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then
That's part of why that's part of why whenever
then there's me and Paul Sawyers Jr. in the corner just being like, we're just gonna keep being wholesome.
Well, to be fair, you started a YouTube channel when you were literally a child. So
I was a teen.
YouTube,
listen, you're so innocent though compared to us. Like, listen.
I know, yeah.
This is a well-known fact. You're correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
I've been
innocent one in the Butter Punch.
I've been rewatching Mine Nights at Freddy's from Caveman Films, and I watched like a recent stream just to see how he's doing. Not great, by the way, is the answer.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is because Mine Nights at Freddy's was his most popular thing. Which means, because the way the algorithm works now, he literally can't upload anything else for the most part unless it relates to Manaf. Otherwise, it just doesn't get notified to people, and it doesn't get recommended. So he's just been going bankrupt.
Well,
he's gotten to a point where he's still doing YouTube, but he's finding like a permanent job now outside of YouTube because YouTube's just screwed him over in the algorithm at this point because of that. Because he started at a time where that sort of stuff didn't matter.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I have talked about SMG4 on this channel, but like some of SMG4's older videos have like I remember like they remade SMG4 recently remade of one of the older videos, but they censored a lot of stuff or it changed some of the jokes. Because some of the jokes are about like R stuff, R word.
So yeah,
yeah, and then
language.
And like
okay.
even some of it like had the R slur in front of it. It's like R slur 64.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
it's like one of those things like it was back in the day. It was like what 2013, 2014.
Oh yeah, you can find that even for
ago. But like
it's
but like it's one of those things where it's like dang.
Yeah, you can find that for the best of YouTubers. Like there's like
speaking of which, we should go back to watching more Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Because there's some of that.
Yeah. No, Jacksepticeye, if you go back to one of his old like cluster truck videos, he says like the slur they use like against lesbians, it's the D one.
That rhymes with bike.
It does, yes.
Yes, it
know
does.
It was.
Yes. In Caveman, for instance, in like the first season of Manaf, he makes a joke about like how the restrooms are gender neutral, except instead of just saying that, he instead goes, yeah, this one's for the she-male restroom. And
oh no.
And so whenever he was like rewatching the season, he was like, guys, he was like, okay, now we just talk over this bit. I made a really bad joke at this point.
That was that is bad. No.
I'll just hit the mute button. Way easier. Much more practical.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those things where you
go what are they saying? What are they saying? They're making no noise.
It looks like they aren't saying anything. They're all just dancing.
Exactly. Yeah, look at them.
Except for they're glowing green randomly.
I mean, Nick's talking right now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably end the stream.
Yeah, we probably should.
Oh Lord, yes, absolutely. Okay,
I forgot about that.
Thank you for joining. The nightmare clearly continued, but it will continue to continue.
Yeah,
at some other point when I can do streams again, we'll get some pre-recorded stuff in between these times. Whether or not it'll be Starcade related, we'll see. But yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully you'll like the rest of the stuff we do, and we will get pushed into obscurity for not doing this thing. So I guess we'll find out. So until that point, please leave a like or oh wait, that's wrong outro. Let me know your thoughts on
this is the second time.
Let me know your thoughts on of liking or disliking, and leave your comments on whatever I said to comment about several hours ago. And we'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video. Toodle pip.